third wall here, walking during the countdown. Go on, we're here, man. 3, 2, 1.
Yo. Are we live?
So we're live.
We're live.
Bro, we're so pro now. Look at this.
I know, bro. This is legit. This is what we needed though from the start. This is what we were missing.
This is what we're missing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Counterpunch podcast. Today, we're bringing back the live stream, bringing back the live stream for UFC 303. We're going to break down this card, and it's going to be a great time whether you're watching this live or you're watching it after. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're new, you can see our names on the bottom corners. That's great. My name's Lucas Cohen. His name's Rohan Borges. Rohan, I'm going to get the news out to the folks that we are live. How's everything?
It's good, man. Enjoying the summer, enjoying being home. Bro, I actually forgot, like, in the middle of the day, I was just doing things, and I just happened to remember that this is UFC 303 fight week, and my day instantly just got brighter, bro. Like, I'm excited as hell for this card, for this main event. Like, I made the short today for the Pereira Prochazka fight, and I love this main event, and I'm not really thinking about that Conor fight at all anymore. I know a lot of people are, sad about us missing out on Conor, and it has been a long time. I think now 3 years since we've seen him in the octagon. But man, this fight just it really saved the day. And to see these two again in there is going to be special because both of them are just so freaking scary. They have so much power, and you just never know. Like, I think that the way that the fight ended the first time, like, that could happen. I think Prochazka could get a finish in this fight. I think it could go, one of many ways, but I'm really excited. I'm excited
as well. We also have a banger co-main event. Just give me 1 sec. I'm getting the word out to the streets that we are in fact live for the second time. I love this, man. I love this. Look, we got a banner on the bottom. Talk to the people about that beautiful banner. I mean,
and we just added that. Yeah, we just did this. I mean, right before the stream started, we were trying to figure that out for you guys, make it a little clear. Just let you know what we're discussing, where to find all our bets. Obviously, you see that link in the bio. We have been killing it, my boy Lucas. I gotta praise you, my man. You have been killing it in the Discord with your free bets. Obviously, I'm doing my thing with the fight breakdowns and predictions as well. I think I went 7-3 last week as well. It was a pretty
good shit.
But the bets have been really, really so successful this year, especially. I mean, we are up. I can't even count the units. I don't even know what we are, but it's something crazy, man. We are killing it as far as the betting goes. So yeah, you guys you see what to do. Link is in the bio. Just join in and don't miss out on these bets, man, because we are making a lot of money. We are very accurate with the way we're predicting these fights. I would like to call us experts, man. At this point, I'm feeling a little,
You're not wrong.
I'm feeling arrogant, man. My bad. I'm feeling arrogant, though, man. We're doing a really good job. So, yeah.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate the kind words. I believe we've won, 5 out of the last 6 cards. And, yeah, it's just money after money after money-making evening. And it's just been – it's been great, man. It's been great making money. And I 100% agree. I think at this point, I'd like to call us pros. But, yeah, here we are. We don't like to sit and, enjoy our winning weeks. We're right on to the next week.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're here, and we got the people trickling in. We got Max. Wow, look at this new banner for the comments. Do we like that? Do we like this new banner?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's cool.
Love it.
It's modern. I like it.
Max saying, yo, Max, first comment of the day. Got a few comments from you. We appreciate it. I agree with a lot of your picks. Max, if you agree with us, that means you're a smart guy. Yes, we will say some incorrect shit now and then, just like we predicted Johnny Walker to win last week. That was mainly on me. I'll take credit. I kind of convinced you there 100%, and he got fucking destroyed.
Man,
that's fine. Johnny Walker clearly back on the THC.
Yeah, right. I think so. No, he might be.
It's all good. Lost that one. Predicted Alaskarov to win as well. That did not go our way. To be honest, I thought Whitaker was on a little bit of a decline. Guess not. Went out there, killed it. But outside of that, I wouldn't say I picked Tricoli to win. I was, obviously Shara, massive favorite, but I thought the value was on the Tricoli side. But man, he just looked drained, and I guess no steroid Tricoli is that bad.
Nah, seriously,
contender series, he looked great.
Yeah, nah, I mean that fight, it went pretty much how I expected it. I think Tricoli, I mean, you could tell when you don't know a lot about a fighter, and you can't. There's not a lot of tape out on them. It's just hard to get a read for what they're even good at. And obviously, he had the wrestling, and he looked pretty decent early. And I mean, I thought, yeah, like you said, he did that first round. He probably won that round, but. I mean, Shara Magomedov, he's a lot better. He's a lot better, and he proved that as the fight went on. But yeah, it was a weird one. Tricoli, I think they said that they took care of him in terms of like the money after the fight. I think they paid him a lot for stepping in on short notice, so that's good for him. He made some cash, but I don't know what the plan is with him. But he was just getting passed around, bro. Like his opponent changed every other day. It was kind of at the point where it's like, okay. If he did win the fight, it would have been insane. I'm not gonna lie.
It would have been insane, and also like the way he was shooting those takedowns was just strange, man. It was strange. I mean, I usually don't agree with what the commentators say, but I think it was Bisping or DC saying he keeps shooting up top. He's not shooting for the legs. I mean, if he just you look at the Bruno Silva fight. Bruno Silva was just shooting regular double legs, and he just
exactly.
And the clinch and the takedown, you can tell that. No, his takedown defense really hasn't proved that much. I mean, yes, he stuffed some takedowns, but Tricoli just, I don't know. I mean, you had fucking Shara up there with his leg up in the clinch.
Yeah.
Trying to block the leg, dude. All Tricoli, if Tricoli had any sort of wrestling background, he just had to grab the leg and drag him down. But I guess his wrestling's absolutely nothing. Got that one wrong and got absolutely demolished. Finished in round 3. I don't even think he landed like 2 punches, probably the entire fight. Bad performance. Max saying he's putting $10K on each of our bets. Thoughts?
Wow, that's insane. Hey, good for you, man. I hope that means a lot of profit. Though that's what that means. So big bets, big rewards. That's
facts.
What that
means. Big facts. Before we go live, I do want to hop on Instagram Live and just alert the people that we are here. Yeah, what's the first fight of the night? Just so I'm warm.
The first fight of the night, I believe it is Ricky Simón versus Vinicius Oliveira. Yes.
Ricky Simón. Damn, a banger off rip. That's gonna be fun.
I mean, this card is stacked, bro. There's not many bad fights at all. That's great.
Not bad fights. Give me 1 sec. We're on the live. UFC 303 live on YouTube. Link in bio. Sorry, let me go on the do not disturb. Boom. Pin the comment. Everybody in the Instagram live. We got Rohan here. We got everybody in here. We're live. We're live on YouTube, breaking down UFC 303. If you guys want to come check it out, we're live. Just click the link in our bio. Our bio. Yeah, it's over there.
Link
or on our story. It's on our story. Go check it out there.
Story, all that. Yeah.
All of that. Come tune in. Come break these fights down with us. Link in our bio. Adios. See y'all there. All right. I think it's time. Ricky Simón.
It's time.
Oliveira, wait. First, we got our comments. Max says, do either of you train fighting? We talked about this last time. Rohan, man, you got a background. You want to let them know?
Yeah, I mean, I can explain this again. We are both obviously very big fans of the sport. But yeah, I did MMA for 14 years at Tiger Showman's, which is a school mainly located in the tri-state area. They have a lot of different locations. They're a big chain, and they actually do have a lot of fighters that have UFC experience, and one fighter that is still in the UFC, that's Julio Arce. So their dojo in Morris Plains, New Jersey, which is the closest one to me, that's where I trained. And they had a bunch of different locations that I was at before that. But yeah, 14 years of experience in MMA and grappling, kickboxing, that kind of thing. It was Kyokushin kickboxing and BJJ, but no gi. I didn't do gi jiu-jitsu, but it was no gi jiu-jitsu. So yeah, I would do that pretty much 2-3 days a week. I was doing that for 14 years of my life. So I have a lot of experience, and that's why, I like to think of myself as, a knowledgeable person when it comes to the sport. Like I trust my ability to see what is unfolding in front of me, to analyze different positions, and to give you guys good breakdowns of the fights and accurate predictions. And so that I do have a bit of experience. But my boy Lucas, I mean, like, he's watched MMA for now 4 or 5 years now. I mean, consistently every week you're watching, and I mean, dude, you're as big of a fan as I know, and that, so we got two of the brightest minds when it comes to the sport, I believe. So yeah, you guys are getting great advice when it comes to this podcast.
100%. I mean,
breakdowns, analysis, all that.
Damn right. Personally, I never have gone to like an actual well, I technically have gone to a gym. You know, we got my boy Jay. Rohan's been over there.
Yeah,
But not like an actual fighting school. I've never been. But I train spar just with my buddies 4 or 5 times a week. And I guess Rohan is kind of my coach. Like, we're always hitting pads. He's telling me, you know, how to throw a proper kick. This guy, you guys don't even know. And I think we said this last time. I mean, a few weeks ago, I tried to shoot a takedown on you and you hit me with the flying triangle and like almost that was horrible. But we got some other comments. Oh my God, look who it is. Look who it is. My boy JT. JT.
What's up, bro?
How about me? How about
me?
Me? Why
my boy, yeah, that's my boy. Let me tell you something about JT. That's my boy. Like, he's always supported me. Always showing love in the Instagram comments, the YouTube comments. Like, he's always there supporting. So I gotta give him a shout out. We still haven't met in real life. That's the crazy thing. Like, we gotta meet. We gotta meet soon. But nah, that's my dog. That's my dog, JT. What's up, bro?
JT, appreciate you showing love. We got Dean in the chat. What's going on?
What's up, Dean?
Football as well, Dean. And he says, Rohan, good job on the Robert Whittaker pick. Good job, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. And I had this conversation with my dad and my brother. I'm telling you, there's this trend right now. The UFC is trying to test these guys when it comes to the guys that can't really crack into the championship window. Robert Whittaker, Dustin Poirier. They're trying to test them with these freaking, outside the top 10 guys, like, almost disrespecting them. And they're not having it, bro. Robert Whittaker was not having it. And you saw the emotion after the fight. That meant a lot, and it was just so good to see, man. That uppercut, right down the middle, the way he set it up, it was a beautiful. It might have been the best finish of his career. So yeah, I loved that performance.
Definitely possible. That's definitely possible.
And I was definitely confident in that one. So I'm glad he got the job done for sure.
This guy Rohan, man, he got it right, and I didn't. I was on Alaskarov, as I mentioned. I thought Whittaker was on some sort of a decline, but honestly, I just don't think Alaskarov has the chin to compete. I mean, that's not something you can fix. And after performance, I mean, I know Whittaker, he hits hard, but it's not like, top of the top power. It was a great performance by him. I doubted him. Shouldn't have done it. I was wrong. You were right. But
it was a
we still won some money. We still won money on Saturday, so I'm not.
Yeah, we absolutely had a great day. But it was a close line for a reason. Like, there was a lot of question marks. Obviously, there were signs of a slight decline in Rob's game. And we didn't know how Ikram would fare with such a step up on short notice. But the thing is, like, I even didn't expect his chin to look that bad. Like, I thought he might have overcame that since the Hamzat knockout that he suffered. But yeah, his chin did not look good. And obviously, bro, why does that always happen?
I don't know. I'm doing it. I'm playing with it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like, if this is, when I was little, I'd always try to go live on YouTube and play my dumb games, and just seeing shit like this, like, I could just look at this, like. Now you're my bitch. Now you're my bitch. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just playing around.
I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I know what you guys are here for. It's for us to talk UFC 303. Let's get into it. First fight on the card. We got Ricky Simón taking on Vinicius Oliveira. Man, this is gonna be wild. You want to know why? Because Vinicius Oliveira is in the fight. I mean, this guy is insane. I mean, look at his Contender Series fight. Brutal. I believe it was a left or right hook knockout. I mean, just absolutely flatlined the dude. The guy's an athletic freak. And then, he just comes in his fucking debut, and he was held down for a lot of the fight. But round 3, Sopaj is tired. Sopaj's leg is destroyed. Let me just take this comment down. Sopaj's leg is just demolished. And Vinicius Salvador just runs in, flying knee, face plant. This guy's an athlete. Does that mean he's going to beat Ricky Simón? I don't know. I mean, just looking at the matchup, Simón should win this fight. Vinicius Oliveira, a lot of athletic movements, easy for him to get taken down, easy for him to get held down. Not something you want to be against Ricky Simón. But one thing he has is a lot of power. And whenever this fight's on the feet, I mean, Ricky Simón's going to be in trouble. I don't know. It's a tough fight for me to call. Again, my brain is telling me Simón should win, but there's just something in the back of it saying Vinicius Oliveira, another highlight. I don't know. Ricky Simón back against the wall, lost his last fight against Mario Batista. I think he's trying to prove that he's still top of the top. I think he's going to fight smart. For now, I'll pick him. Would I be surprised if Oliveira knocks him out? Not at all. What do you think?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's a really, really tough fight to call just because Vinicius has that power, and that's really ultimately going to be the X factor. Simone is the better wrestler. He's going to have the ability to chain wrestle. Like you said, Salvador, he's a little wild. He's all over the place sometimes. He gets a little too ahead of himself, can get in some compromising positions, and those will be where Ricky Simone can capitalize and take the fight to the ground, win some minutes with control. I don't think that Simone has a lot of finishing potential in this fight, even on the ground. Like, unless he completely wears him down to the point where he's able to get to his back very easily or something like that, I don't see him like submitting Vinicius. I think he's good enough to survive on the ground. Um, but I think later in the fight, if he can wear him down, I think Vinicius's stamina probably isn't the best, but his power is again going to be that X factor because on the feet, Simone is not like he's really that scary. His boxing is pretty simple. He's pretty comes at you with the 1-2s. Doesn't throw a lot of kicks. He'll throw an occasional leg kick here and there, but he mainly uses his quick boxing to set up the takedowns. And when he does get you down, he does a good job of just controlling the fight, slowing it down, landing some ground and pound. You know, I think that's his path to victory here. But like you said, that power is so scary. And Vinicius, the thing is, like if Simone shoots one of those sloppy takedowns, because I watching the tape, he has shot some bad takedowns in the past where I could definitely see Oliveira timing a knee, and he's done that in the past. Obviously, he had that nasty flying knee knockout, but I don't know, man. This is a tough one to call. It could go either way. I think the line is pretty big in favor of Simone, so he's the safer pick, and I'm probably going to side with him just because I think the decision victory would go in his favor. But the knockout is always live for Vinicius, so I think Simone decision or Vinicius knockout. But I'll take the Simone by decision.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Yeah, I mean, again, he should win. It's just this guy Oliveira is just. He's a freight train, and he's got a shit ton of power. He's super athletic. You know, that could be to his detriment, but at the same time, I mean, he could knock anybody in that lightweight division out cold. The smart pick, definitely Simone, but I wouldn't be surprised if Oliveira gets it done. We're both going to rock with Simone. I'll say by decision. Yeah, decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we got next?
Next, we have Carlos Hernandez versus Ray Tsaruya. That should be a very entertaining fight. I'm excited for that one. But yeah, me personally, I don't know about you, but I think Tsaruya, this is a good spot for him to just showcase why he's undefeated, showcase why he was one of the top contenders on the road to UFC. He's really talented, but especially when it comes to the wrestling. Like, his striking does need a lot of improvement. And again, similar to the previous fight, he's going to have to worry about the power coming back at him with Carlos Hernandez. And I think he is probably the cleaner striker. It's just that if this fight hits the mat, I think Tsaruya is probably just going to do what he does to most of his opponents, which is just control them with that relentless top pressure. Like, he does such a good job of just keeping his opponent on the mat, maintaining his leverage, maintaining his balance, and just is keeping that top position. I don't know if he finishes him, and I definitely see the chance for him to get exposed by Hernandez because, again, like on the feet, I think Hernandez he's got crisp boxing. Like, he's a little unpredictable. He has some overhands here and there that he could land on Tsaruya to hurt him here and there. But I again, similar to the Ricky Simone fight, the safer choice is Tsaruya because of the wrestling. He's going to be able to have that in his back pocket whenever he wants. The cardio is probably in his advantage as well. And yeah, he's one of those up and coming Japanese prospects that the UFC is trying to build up. So I think this is a good spot for him, and I'm going to back him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tsaruya should win. I mean, Tsaruya on the ground is a problem. Look at that road to the UFC fight. I mean, that was he was strangled the guy for 2 minutes. I mean, did you see the way he had his head? And
exactly.
Like, he almost finished the guy due to strangulation. I mean, that's just insane shit. You know, where I do kind of worry here is the striking. I don't think his striking's fully there yet. I mean, what's the kid's fucking 21, 22, just a little bit older than us. I mean, that's where I am kind of worried. On the feet could be kind of a problem. Also, has never fought with a crowd like this ever. I mean, he's going from the road to the UFC, 50 people in a fucking gymnasium to, you know, what is it, 20,000 people. But I still got to go with him. He's dangerous on the mat. I think also very high fight IQ. Carlos Hernandez, I don't think he's horrible. Had a great win against Dennis Bondar, one of the worst stoppages of all time. If you remember that, like the 8 elbows that were unanswered to the unconscious. That was something else. But yeah, I do think he gets it done. Again, I'm worried about his striking, but in this matchup, it shouldn't be too big of a concern. So I'm going to take Ray Tsaruya by, I'll say a submission in round 1, round 2. One of them.
Yeah, I like that. I could definitely see the submission happening as well. I said decision earlier, but I think, yeah, you reminded me of that road to the UFC performance. I think like he's really good at just maneuvering his way to a dominant, like a really, really dominant position. Again, like he had that guy in such a weird hold, but I mean, it was so controlling and dominant. I just think that, yeah, if he does find a way to just settle the fight on the ground, I think he could definitely find a finish. So I'm with you. I think he gets the submission.
Okay, what's next? I'm still getting the word out to the streets that we're live. So you go ahead and break this next one.
Yes, sir. This next fight, hold on, let me just back
up. Wait. First, we got our boy Colin. He's here. What to do, boys?
Yo.
Colin, what's going on, man?
Next fight on the card, we have Andre Arlovski taking on Martin Buday. It's a good fight. I mean, you texted me earlier.
I'll go. I gotta go first on this one, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a fight in which you'll see a video from us later in the week. I recorded it already. I just don't see in any world how Martin Buday is almost minus 300. Am I bugging? Like, you got to tell me. Am I bugging?
No, you're not. I just minus 300.
Come on, he sucks.
He sucks, but no. You're right. Minus 300 is insane, but like he should be minus 170, 180, even minus 200, I'd say.
Minus 150 tops, in my opinion. Tops.
I don't know, man. Arlovski did not look good in his last fight.
That's not true. He like kind of put up a fight against Cortez Acosta.
He did, but he didn't look like his output, man. The output was horrible, and compared to what he's done, like even you could see it's just such a big drop off, man. He was doing good up until recently, like 2022. He was on a 4-fight win streak at what, like 40 something years old. He's looking so good
against bums.
Yeah, bums. But everybody's fighting these days is bums. I mean, Dontel Mays, Waldo is not even that good for real. I think like he's slowing down, man. He's really slowing down. He's 45 years old. That is just old. That is insanely old. Buday's 32. I mean, it's not like this guy's got to worry about like, falling off a cliff or anything. He's or at least he should be hitting, or at least in the middle of his prime. But he's not good. You're right. And him being this big of a favorite is wrong. But I'm going to pick him because I just didn't like what I saw from Arlovski. I just think it's going to be an ugly fight. To be honest, this is going to be one of the worst fights on the card. I'm not excited about this matchup.
It's going to suck from a gambling perspective, it's going to be awesome. Not going to lie. I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I got a little bit of money on Arlovski plus 225. I just think, Buday should be the slight favorite. It's just almost minus 300 favorite in no world. I mean, this is a guy, his only convincing win in the UFC came against Josh Parisian, who we know is awful. And then arguably lost to Lucas Dredsky, who we know is awful. And we know that Andre Arlovski, he's 45, but he is the most experienced probably in the entire UFC outside of like Jim Miller. I just think the line is insane. I like the money line. I also think the point spread's a great bet. I mean, this fight is screaming split decision. I like Arlovski plus 225. Official prediction, fuck it. I'm going to say Arlovski as well, man. I just Buday, if he can get his takedowns going, he'll win. But we've seen him shoot like 2 takedowns in the entire fucking UFC in like his 5-6 fights. I mean, and again, we just don't know if he's going to be able to get it down. The only guy he's really been able to control is fucking Josh Parisian. So we really don't know. But I like Arlovski. I'm going to pick him to win by split decision. Fuck it. Final prediction. What do you got?
You're right. Look, it does scream split decision because, again, this Martin Buday is not good. And Arlovski, at this point in his career, he's not good either. It's going to be a really ugly fight. Down the stretch, it's just going to be one shot at a time. Both of them gassed as hell, barely hanging on. And I think, it could be an ugly decision, but I'm gonna pick Martin Buday. I think he's just, at this point, he hits harder. I think his output's gonna be a lot higher, especially early.
Who do you think Martin Buday is, bro? That's where I'm trying. Who do you think he is,
bro? We're not doing this, dude. He's minus.
We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this.
No,
I'm sorry.
in the sense that like you can't sit here and act like that when he's a minus 300 favorite. Like I'm not. I agree with you that shouldn't be the case. But why is he the favorite? Because he should win this fight. He should win this fight. The nigga is 45. Excuse me, bro, but he's 45 years old. There's no way that he should be winning this fight. And I just think Buday, as long as he doesn't completely gas out, but even later in the rounds, Arlovski doesn't look good either. So yeah, I'm picking Buday, but not like 100% confident in it. But yeah, I'm gonna pick him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a very, very close fight. But I'm going to take Arlovski. Damage over control. I'll say that. We got some comments in the chat. My boy Colin, sorry. Fucked that up last time. Chillin', man. Love the Insta promo y'all put out. It's a promo, and it's also a lock. Lopes is going to destroy Ortega. We'll get into that later. We got Kyrie Irving. He's here. Wait, what?
Shit.
Why are you here, Kyrie? You're probably, aren't you like, what is Kyrie known for? Like his crazy shit, like Hela or some shit? Practicing that or whatever that is? Kyrie, you got better things to do. No, I'm kidding. Lock in with us. We're good, Kyrie. We're good. How are you, Kyrie? How are you? We're great. We're great. UFC 303 fight week. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We got Millie Beats, the best producer in the world, in the chat, saying counter. He's not even talking about the punch. He just wants to counter. Millie, what's going on?
Yo.
We got the man himself.
Jay is in the stream.
My main sparring partner, Jay Cartier, is in the stream. This guy has beaten my ass a lot. Kind of fights like Michael Venom Page, who we'll get into later, with the hands down. You've had some wars with Jay Cartier.
Yeah, man. We got some good sparring sessions. I love it every time. It's a great time. We have some good boxing sessions. Yeah, we got to go back because I don't know when you're going to be in the city now because you're working now, but I don't know. We got to set that up again sometime soon.
Jay Cartier also saying Pereira for the win.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll get into that a little bit later, but it's gonna be these guys. Like, it's so many different possibilities with these two fighters, man. I'm so excited for that fight. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
We got Mr. Motion, Luke Ho. That's me, Mr. Motion. What's going on? He's saying, "Let's go." He's hyped for UFC 303, fellas.
Yo.
And then my boy Colin just saying, I'm working right now. I'll pop in and out, but I'm going to watch the full thing after. Keep up the good work. Colin, one of our biggest fans. We appreciate you.
Appreciate that, bro.
Do what you got to do, and we will catch you later. All right, what's next? Let me know.
All right, next fight on the card. Wait, let me get 1 second. Michelle Waterson Gomez taking on Jillian Robertson.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those fights. It's women's MMA, lower level at this point. Like, at one point in time, both of them were viable contenders. I thought Michelle Waterson Gomez has obviously had some wars. Same with Jillian. I mean, she's a real vet. But man, this one, yeah, like it might be the knot break. This might be the piss break of the card. I ultimately I'm gonna just come out and say it. I got Jillian Robertson in this fight. I like Michelle Waterson Gomez. I think she's had a great career. Her style is very distinct. She's pretty much the Stephen Thompson of the women's side, if you will. They have that really obvious karate style where they hang back in that wide stance, bounce in and out, look to use a lot of side kicks, front kicks to get inside, to prod at you from the outside. I mean, but they fight behind their lead techniques. That's what they do. A lot of kicks with Michelle Waterson Gomez, though. A lot of kicks to the head, naked kicks. She'll catch you off guard with them, even moving backwards. I mean, she's really relentless with her kicks, to put it simple. But her takedown defense, man, I don't love her takedown defense. I think Marina Rodriguez was able to get her to the ground, if I'm not mistaken, in their last fight. They fought twice, but I think in the last fight, she had some success on the ground. But Jillian Robertson, the thing about her is she is so good with the wrestling. She's always able to just implement that style, that very grueling wrestling style where she'll take you down in the center of the octagon, hold you there, and make you work to get back to your feet. And I think she's going to win a lot of minutes like that in this fight. I just don't trust Michelle Waterson Gomez's takedown defense enough. So me personally, Look, Julian Robertson's striking is not good at all. That's the one thing, and it will be a very big contrast in styles here. Like Michelle is going to be all striking, Julian's going to be all wrestling, but ultimately, I think Julian's going to win a lot of minutes with the ground game. So I'm going to pick her by decision.
Yeah, I think Michelle Waterson's washed. I mean, I won't say a lot about this fight. I just think Waterson's washed. Do I think Robertson should be near minus 200? Maybe. It's just, that loss to Tabitha Ricci is concerning. There may be levels, there may not be. I just think Waterson's on her way out. Will I put money on this fight? Maybe. I mean, if the Robertson line keeps dropping, if the Robertson line keeps going down, I may take a stab on it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the fight plays out. This fight's going the distance. If there's a finish, it comes from the Robertson side. She's got good submissions.
Ground and pound submissions. She does good work.
She finished Biana in her last fight. But at the end of the day, as my guy Jay Cartier said here on the bottom corner, nap break. It's not like it's going to be a 3-4 minute fight. It's going to be 15 minutes. So if you add up the end of the fight before, right, to the start of this fight, it'll be like 15 minutes there, then another 15 minutes, and then another like 10 minutes. So it's like 40. It's a good 40-minute nap. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, not really. I mean, that's a quality nap right there. I mean, you could get some good sleep with that. So I like that spot to just take a nap. That might be what I do.
A few other options you got, food, maybe at the deli.
Yeah. Go make some good eats. Yep, that's a good idea.
Take a shit, get your shit out of the way.
True.
A lot of good options. We got MJP God Life in the chat. Gang, let's win some money this week.
Win some money, baby.
Let's do it. That's what we're here for, right? We got Mr. Motion back. Sweet stream. Thanks, Mr. Motion. Appreciate it. MJP Life. MJP God Life says, I called Pavlovich. Did Pavlovich would
You called that he would lose?
I think he did. Yeah, I think I do.
Bro, because I called that he would win, and I felt dumb, bro. As soon as the fight hit, like, the second minute, I was like, oh, man. Because Volkov, you could just tell he was coming in there. And I gotta say, he had a few scares in his career as far as his chin, but, man, it held up really well. Like, he ate a lot of good shots, and he was eating Pavlovich up with that jab, man. That jab was beautiful. The body kicks were beautiful. It was a really, really nice performance from Alexander Volkov, I gotta say.
Pavlovich. I mean, styles. I mean, I feel like, I thought Pavlovich was going to knock him out, but
I did.
The more you think about it, I mean, the guys that he's knocking out are the guys that are willing to just stand there with him and just right in the pocket. Curtis Blades, for some reason, didn't mix in takedowns off rip. Who else? Derek Lewis, tied to Ivasa. Volkov was down to stick on the outside, and it worked well, and he got the win. Isaac Silverman says, heavy on the nap break, Jay. Big facts.
Yeah.
Do you have a sponsor? You can put an S after that. We got some sponsors. We'll get more into it later, but if you want to find the links in the description of this video, you can. We're sponsored by Sharps, which is the sports betting social media. So you get to see what everybody else is betting on in the sports betting world. It's a really, really cool tool. And if you want to tail others' bets and drop your own, just go over there. And also, My Betting Hero gives you the best deals on all the sports books, DraftKings, Underdog, etc. You can get like crazy deals like Underdog, $250 with your first deposit. I mean, just insane shit. You can find all of that in the link. Can you find it? Yeah. In the link in the description of this video. Mr. Motion, are you sponsored? Counter Punch. We just talked about that, buddy. Let's move on. What's next?
We have Peyton Talbott taking on Yanis Ghemmouri. Yeah, man, this should be. I mean, what's Peyton Talbott? Minus 1,600. Yeah, minus 1,700. Minus 2,020. Minus 2,200 on some. Jesus, man. Yeah, nah. All right. But it's for good reason. I mean, it's for good reason.
I mean, him being that big of a favorite is insane.
Yeah, minus 2,000.
No,
that's crazy.
That's more than like Khabib and John Jones have ever been.
Yeah, that's insane. But I mean, look, that goes to show how impressive he's been up until this point. I mean, that Cameron Simon fight, we both thought, okay, it'll be a close fight early and he'll pull away late. No, it was like straight away. This dude took command of the center of the octagon and just pieced his ass up. I mean, not any fear whatsoever. He looked so comfortable in there, just chilling back. at a distance, countering with big, heavy shots, but very accurate shots. As always, that's what he is that known for, is his accuracy. So good at just finding the target, even on the back foot. And yeah, that's the reason he's such a big favorite, is because Yanis Ghemmouri, he doesn't have the striking to match Peyton Talbott. And I mean, he is pretty well rounded. He's got 4 wins by sub, 3 by knockout, 5 by decision. Like he's pretty tested. But in the UFC, I mean, he's only had 1 fight, and it was a loss to William Gomis, who, I mean, and he lost via body kick, and that is not good, because Peyton Talbott, that is one of the biggest.
No. That was a horrible call from the ref. If you remember.
Oh, was it? I don't remember.
He kicked him in the nuts, and the ref called the fight. I mean, it was
okay. But regardless, I mean, the point stands. Like, William Gomis is not the level of striker that Peyton Talbott is. Peyton Talbott's on a different level. Gomis is kind of known for being a little more relaxed in there, a little more reserved. And Talbott is to a degree, but at the same time, he's a stalker, man. Like, he stalks his opponent, waits until you give him one opening, and then he capitalizes. And there's just going to be too many openings here, and he's probably going to win this by finish in a dominant fashion. So I like Peyton Talbott to win inside the distance.
Yeah, I like Talbott, but in no world should he be this big of a favorite. I mean, he's probably my favorite fighter right now. Not gonna lie, no bandwagon. As soon as I saw his Contender Series fight, I think I texted you, like, this guy right before his debut. Like, this guy is literally my new favorite fighter. I mean, he's so entertaining. I remember watching him do a backflip in his Contender Series fight, and I was like, yeah, this guy's my new favorite fighter.
Yeah.
In no world should he be minus 2,000. Like, that's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Yanis Ghemmouri is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, he got dominated by William Gomis on the feet. But William Gomis is a very, very tricky puzzle to solve. I mean, obviously, I'm going to pick Talbot here. I'm not trying to make a case for Ghemmouri. I'm just trying to say that the line is fucking insane. I mean, DQs are a thing, right? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I gotta go with Talbot. Obviously, there's no betting on the money lines here unless you think there's value on the Ghemmouri side, which there may be at plus fucking 900, plus 1,000. I mean, that is kind of insane. Talbot drops a lot of round ones outside of his Cameron Simon fight. Maybe bet him live if you want to bet him at minus 500, 600 after round 1. Maybe bet him there. I don't know. He can get it done in round 1. I personally don't think he does. I actually like the over 1.5 here. It's at like minus 130. The only time, I mean, I don't think he hasn't had a single round 1 finish in his entire career. He almost got Cameron Simon out of there in round 1, but he didn't. This is his first time fighting in front of a big crowd ever. I feel like there will be a little bit of nerves. It's not the main reason why I'm betting it, but it's also a big cage. I think Ghemmouri is coming off a loss. He's going to try to fight smart as well. He's not going to go for broke. He saw what fucking Talbot did to his last opponent. I like the over 1.5 here. I like the fight starts round 2. I think Talbot either finishes it late round 2 or round 3. I mean, this guy breaks people, and I think he'll break Ghemmouri. I just don't think he'll finish it early. Obviously, we're both going Talbot, and we're both going Talbot by domination. Mr. Motion saying, link, please. Thank you. That's in the description of this video. But just for all your sports books, just put in code Counterpunch. There you go. Simple as that. That's that easy. Just code Counterpunch. How big is the cage? The regular, I mean, there's a difference between the UFC Apex cage and, a cage with the crowd. I mean, the Apex cage is, I don't have the exact measurements, but the UFC Apex cage is pretty small. And then, the cage with 20,000 fans in an arena, it's, I'd say, about an eighth bigger. It's pretty significant. So I don't know. It should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Talbot in front of a crowd. It's going to be super, super cool. Any last words about that fight?
Nah, not really. I mean, I just think it I don't know. I think Talbot's gonna have a pretty easy time in there. I don't see a lot of takedown threat, and even if he does manage to take Talbot down, like he's not bad down there at all. So yeah, if this is on the feet, it should be one-way traffic, to be honest. When you're able to recognize when a guy is just in a different class, and Peyton Talbot, man, they're gonna build him up slowly because they recognize what they have. But this guy, he is different. He's different, and when those guys are in there with guys that are not on their level, they typically, make it look easy. So I think he's going to do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll say Talbot by finish as well. Next, we have
Charles Jourdain versus Gene Silva.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Silva's the dog. I think he's really good, and I don't think Jourdain's that good. I mean, you look at Jourdain. Can you see me right now? By the way, I'm just looking at Tempo. You look at the career of Jourdain, right? I mean, he's a very up and down fighter. I mean, this guy's got solid jiu-jitsu. Obviously, has had a few guillotine chokes in his UFC career. Oh, damn, he's had like what 12 fights in the UFC? Jesus Christ! I didn't know he's been in here for that long. But I just feel if you look at his wins in the UFC, whenever the guy takes even a slight step up, he loses. And I think Gene Silva's good. I do. I mean, let's look at Jourdain's wins. Ricardo Ramos, Kron Gracie, Lando Venata, Andre Ewell, Marcelo Rojo. Like, these guys just aren't the best. I think that John Silva's a dog, like an absolute dog. He's not going to stop coming forward. He's got a lot of power. Looked great in his Contender Series fight against Kevin Vallejos, dominant. Didn't get tired at all. Gave Vallejos his first loss. And then his debut against Weston Wilson, he did exactly what he should have. Just absolutely ran through Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson didn't even land a punch in that fight. I think John Silva's really, really good. And I think he's going to knock out Charles Jourdain. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Like, it's a little tougher for me. I think he's the underdog just because he's a little wild in there. But both of them are wild. That's the thing. Like, Jourdain's not the cleanest guy. He leaves a lot of openings on the feet. He gets hit a lot. But he's durable and he's got good cardio for somebody that keeps like the pace that he does early on, especially. Like, he's got a pretty high output, but he has decent cardio, and in the later rounds is typically when he tends to separate himself when he does win. But again, like, his wins haven't come against the best guys. Gene Silva, I mean, he's only had one UFC fight though. That's the thing. And it was Weston Wilson. Like, Weston Wilson, I mean, he did beat oh man, that was such a funny fight. The Jacob Sergey, that was such a funny fight. But look, again, he's very unproven. And Charles Jourdain, like, I think there's something to be said about the guys that he is losing to, like Sean Woodson. I think he looked really good in that fight, and then he beat Alex Caceres after that, pretty much solidifying that what we saw.
Wait, Jourdain looked good in the Woodson fight?
No, I'm saying Woodson looked good in that fight, and he pretty much proved that he was a good opponent. So I'm saying that loss is not the worst loss to have on your record. Nathaniel Wood, that was a really close fight. I mean, but Nathaniel Wood probably looked better. The Shane Burgos fight, again, that was a really, really close fight. Could have gone Jourdain's way. I don't know, man. Like, when he wants to be, I think he can be really good. Like, he's got a lot of power. He mixes it up pretty well to the body with his kicks mostly. He doesn't really punch to the body a lot, but he's got decent length. Like, I like his reach in this fight. And Silva, man, he keeps his hands really low. I don't know. I think like there's going to be a lot of chances for both dudes to do a lot of damage. So I really don't have a strong pick in this fight. I'm not very confident in either one.
They have the same reach.
Oh, they do? Well, I don't know. I think Jourdain does a little bit better using his reach. John Silva, like, he likes to close the distance a little bit more than Jourdain does. I think he can do a little bit better at range. I guess is what I was trying to say. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think that the possibility that Gene Silva knocks him out is definitely there. But the chance that Jourdain finds a finish, and I think he's probably the more technical grappler as well. Like, between the two, he submitted Ricardo Ramos with that guillotine. I think that was pretty impressive. Like, I think he's a little bit more well-rounded and cleaner of a fighter, so I'm gonna pick him, but not confident at all because Gene Silva's a dog and he's got a lot of power. So, and again, Jourdain's, I mean, he's durable, but I mean, he has been finished. Yeah, I don't know. It's close. This is probably the toughest fight on the card for me to call, I think.
I'm big on Silva. Opened up at plus 175, plus 175.
But you think he's gonna knock him out?
I got him there. If he doesn't knock him out, I think he hurts him a bunch and wins a decision. I think it's a clear win for Silva, to be honest. I think I just like what is Jourdain going to do when he closes the distance? Silva doesn't stop coming forward. Silva's never been finished. What is Jourdain going to do when Silva closes the distance?
But I mean, Silva was tested against Weston Wilson like in his last fight. And
true. And
I
what he
mean,
do, he did exactly what he should have done. Just because,
true, but
like, it's
again,
not
we
like
haven't
Jourdain's
seen
beat.
him in a fight where, like, when's the last time he even went to? Dude, he hasn't been past like round 2 in his
Bro, look at his
career.
fight. I was thinking that in his Contender Series fight. I was thinking about betting him, and then I saw that he's finished all of his opponents in round 1, and I stayed away from it. And he goes out there against a guy in Vallejos who has amazing cardio, hit him with so many fucking good shots, and didn't tire one bit. I'm not worried about this guy's cardio whatsoever. I don't think Jourdain's that good. I think you're overrating him a little bit, to be honest. I think John Silva's gonna. I won't say make it look easy. I don't think he's that good, but I think he hurts him a bunch. And I'll say, do I say he knocked? Oh, now you got me thinking because Jourdain is tough. He's tough as fuck. I'll say Silva decision. Why not? Any other thoughts?
I'm gonna pick Jourdain in that one, but
By what?
bad decision. But
Okay.
I think he's cleaner. I think he'll do better work if it hits the ground as well. I think he can do a lot better work.
I mean, this guy doesn't offensively grapple. I mean, if Silva's dumb and falls into his guard, then maybe there's trouble. It's just I don't really see on the ground. Like he doesn't get the fight to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one to call. We got to move on from this shit.
Sure. Let's check out these comments. My boy TV Television. This is the man that when we get big, Rohan, and we need an intro song, he's finna rap on the track. My boy TV Television. He says, thoughts on Cub and Andre. Is that next? Is that what we're going to be talking about next? Let me know real quick.
Yeah, it is. Cub Swanson and Andre Fili is the next fight.
Okay, we'll get into it. We got my boy Swavey J beats and Cub money line all the way. Third round stoppage. Didn't these guys train together at one time? John Silva and Jourdain? Did they?
Maybe is he talking about Cub and Andre?
I don't think so, no. Chat, tell me, did they? John Silva? No, I don't think they did. Jourdain. I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so. No. Answer is no, based on my knowledge. But yeah, let's get into the fight that the streets want to hear about for some reason. Andre Fili versus Cub Swanson. Myself and the betting group got in early on that Fili money line, minus 155. I just don't think this guy's. Yeah, he's coming off a brutal knockout against Dan Ige, but Cub Swanson is not Dan Ige. I mean, Andre Fili has looked good. I mean, look what he did to Lucas Almeida. That was a great performance. Knocked him out cold round 1. I just don't think Cub is there anymore. Maybe he is kind of there. It's just I feel like Fili's a better fighter. Fili has proven himself more. He's had better wins recently. I mean, this guy beat Joe Anderson Brito. I mean, wait, no. He got knocked out by Brito. Sorry. He got fucking brutally knocked out by Brito, but Brito's really good. Andre Fili, I still feel like he's got some left in the tank. What is he, only like 32, 33, right?
Yeah, he is 34.
34.
But 34. Swanson is 40 though, so that's the thing. Like he
turns 35 in 40 minutes.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday at midnight. But yeah, if we just look at the career of Andre Fili, I mean, he's got the better wins. He's knocked out Almeida, looked incredible there. The Wood fight was very back and forth. You could argue that Fili won that fight. He lost. No shame in that. The Algeo fight looked good there. Won a split decision. Beat your boy Charles Jourdain. His losses only really happen when he takes that step up. Lost to Dan Ige, knocked out. Obviously, that Wood fight was very, very close. Got brutally knocked out by Brito. I wouldn't say there's any shame in that. Brito's looked really good as of recent. Lost to Bryce Mitchell. Lost to Sadiq Yusuf. I just feel like, is Cub Swanson in that category? I really don't know. Cub Swanson, also 40 years old. This guy, I wouldn't even say he's plateauing at this stage of his career. I feel like he's not making any improvements, and I feel like he's kind of only getting worse at this point. He lost to Hakeem Dawodu. He did not win that fight. He lost that fight. He clearly lost that fight. I mean, that was ridiculous. The judges gave him the win. He lost that fight. Unanimous. I mean, come on. The judges. On drugs.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that either, to be honest with you.
Will kicked Darren Elkins, but Darren Elkins was a walking zombie in that fight. Beat Daniel Pineda. We're heading back to 2020 at this point. I mean, the guy hasn't fought a lot last few years. And when he does lose, it's brutal. I mean, he got injured in a grappling match with Jake Shields. I just feel like this guy, he got leg kick TKO'd by Jonathan Martinez. He got body kick TKO'd by Giga Chikadze. Obviously, these guys are really, really good. And obviously, these guys are better than Andre Fili. It's just, I feel like if there's somebody getting hurt more in this fight, it's Cub Swanson. Cardio-wise, I think Fili's there with Swanson. Volume-wise, I think Fili's there. Power-wise, it's clearly on the Fili side. I think Fili has a lot of paths. I'm going to take Fili to win. I'll let you go.
Yeah, I really don't have much to add. I think you broke it down perfectly. I think, look, Cub Swanson at this point, he's 40 years old. He did not win that Dowdu fight. He just did not win. And when a fighter hits that age, 39, 40 years old, you just got to question what they're even fighting for anymore. He knows he's just fighting for the paycheck. Obviously, the same could be said about Fili, but he's got, like you said, he's got the better wins. And I think he's got more ways to win this fight. I think he's the better grappler. He's actually a pretty good grappler. When the fight does hit the ground, he's pretty active on the ground. He's got decent ground and pound, decent submission attacks and stuff like that. I think on the feet, he's probably just going to be a little crisper. I think Cub Swanson, like, he's got power. Even at this age, he's got that old man, grown man strength. Like, he can hurt you. But I don't think Fili is going to go for any of that. He's one of the toughest guys in the UFC still. He doesn't get finished often. Has he been finished?
Who?
Fili's never been knocked out.
No, I was just talking about how he got brutally knocked out.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, he did. Yeah, my bad. I don't know. He's got some durability issues, actually. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that's the one issue but Cub Swanson's not that powerful. Like, he's got a little bit of strength, but he doesn't have that one shot, put you to sleep type power that is gonna, completely neutralize Andre Fili's wrestling at all. So I think, yeah, if he can just keep it at a distance, play it smart, get in and out of range, I think he's gonna win this fight by decision. Yeah, Cub Swanson has the puncher's chance in this fight. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, Fili definitely does have some durability problems, but as you said, I don't think it's a problem in this fight. And another thing I wasn't even thinking about, Fili has a wrestling upside as well. He could take this fight down.
Yeah, he does.
He trains at Team Alpha Male, which actually reminds me, that's where he was talking about Fili and Swanson, and they did train at Team Alpha Male together at one point, I believe. So, yeah, these are the two guys that did train together. My boy TV Television. I like Cub by decision. I don't know about finish. I'm not going to get mad at you for saying Cub's going to win. I just don't see a lot of paths to victory, especially by decision. I feel like Fili has some durability problems, so I feel like Cub could get a finish, but he doesn't have Dan 50K, Joe Anderson burrito power, I'll tell you that. So that's why I'm on the Fili side. However, everybody, go show love to my man TV Television's music video. Just click his profile. Go show love. Run it up. Drop a like. This guy's super, super talented. He's the man. What do we got next, Ron?
We've got 1 second. Oh my.
You're good.
Joe Pyfer and Marc-Andre Barriault. Yeah, you can take this one. It's pretty easy for me, but I got Joe Pyfer. I don't know about you.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's pretty easy. I'm going Pyfer too. It's just this guy got fraud checked so bad in this fight. But I'll tell you this, 3-round favors Joe Pyfer, clearly. I feel like he can knock out Marc-Andre Barriault. All the finishing potentials on the Pyfer side. I don't know what finish only is at. It's probably at like minus 400 for Pyfer. This guy's tough. Showed that in the Hermanson fight. But yeah, this fight being 3 rounds favors him heavily. If this fight was going into the 4th and 5th, he'd probably lose because Barriault is probably going to win 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-round fight. But hey, it's Pyfer versus Barriault. It's a 3-round fight. I think all the finishing potentials on the Pyfer side. He's got some serious power. He could definitely slow down. We saw it in the Hermanson fight, but I feel like Hermanson's a trickier puzzle to solve than Marc-Andre Barriault. So I think if Pyfer doesn't knock him out, I think he takes the first 2 rounds. I think this guy's still talented. Yeah, he kind of got exposed in his last fight, but still has a lot of power. Still has good jabs to set up his big right hands. Also had a nice lead uppercut KO against Alan Abadovsky, I believe. Showed that he can use his left hand for some KOs as well. And then that Razak Al-Hassan fight had a great submission there as well. I think this guy's super talented. Yes, he does have some cardio issues, but I think I think he gets it done. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Pyfer gets the job done. He's not Hermanson either. Barriault doesn't have that ability to just completely neutralize the striking and take the fight to the ground, control you on the ground. Again, that can happen later, but again, this is a 3-round fight. Pyfer is good in that sort of environment where he doesn't have to worry about his cardio as much. He can just chill. And in the first round, I mean, he's going to be throwing bombs. This guy comes out of the gate pretty much swinging for the fences too. Like, he's not really the most patient fighter. And he'll learn from that Hermanson loss. Like, he'll definitely learn from that. I think he understands that he needs to clean up the ground game a lot. He needs to clean up the defensive wrestling. He needs to clean up, obviously, the cardio. I hope he's worked on that. But I think he's going to come back here and make a statement. Like, this guy had a lot of hype behind him. He was on Joe Rogan, right? Wasn't he on Joe Rogan's podcast too?
Yep.
Like, that you usually don't see that for a guy that hasn't faced any big name at all. But the UFC was trying to build him up, and they thought Hermanson might be the gatekeeper that he could get by to make a name for himself in that top 6, top 5 of the division. But now I think this is the perfect spot. Barriault, he's one-dimensional. He's really plodding. He's pretty slow. Pyfer has all the physical advantages here, and as long as he doesn't get completely controlled on the ground, I think he wins this fight. So
Yeah, not much more to say. TV saying Fili got finished first round last fight, I think. Yeah, he did. I'm just saying, I don't think Cub Swanson is Danny Gay. Danny Gay has rocks in his fucking hands. Yeah, Fili does have some durability problems, but I just don't think that'll be a problem in this matchup specifically. Suave J Beats talking about the Hermanson Pyfer fight. Yeah, that was a tough loss. It was. Hermanson looked really good. I was big on Pyfer in that fight, actually, just because Hermanson, I mean, the loss to Marvin Vettori was bad, really bad.
We always knew, though. We always knew what the questions about Pyfer were. It was the cardio and the wrestling, and he got exposed. But I mean, that's just a part of the process, about a part of the learning process. So he's facing a similar style of fighter, so that's the good thing. Like, he can show a lot of those improvements in this next fight. So
Suave J Beats, I think he's talking about TV's video. TV, go hit up Suave J Beats, get some beats. Y'all got to lock in together. But yeah, what's next?
Next, we have Ian Machado Garry taking on Michael Venom Page. Probably, man, I'm very excited for this fight, and I don't know about you, man, but I'm siding with MVP in this fight, man. I just think, and watching the tape on Garry, because I actually didn't get to see that Garry Neal. Actually, both of us, we didn't get to see that Garry Neal fight live as it was happening because we were out trying to get back to watch the rest of the card. But I just rewatched that fight, man, and Jeff Neal was landing a lot in that first round, especially. That jab was working well, and Jeff Neal has pretty crisp boxing. Like, I will give him a lot of credit. But MVP, man, he's such a tricky puzzle to solve because he'll chill back, he'll make you think that he's not really, being the aggressor, and then all of a sudden he'll dart in with those quick combinations that just catch you off guard. And while Garry is good on the feet, he can fight backwards. He's got decent rhythm, like he can fight on the back foot. He's comfortable moving his head. I don't think he's ready for this type of fight. I think he's gonna be caught off guard a lot in this fight, and the timing is gonna be a big problem. MVP is hard to get a read on. Like you saw against Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland couldn't get any offense on because he just didn't know when MVP was gonna counter, because it's so unpredictable when you're in the cage with him. And I think Ian Garry still has a lot to learn. And this is going to be a teaching experience for him, man. I'm pretty confident that MVP gets the job done. I know he's an underdog. It makes a lot of sense. Garry will have the size advantage. He'll have the wrestling advantage, the clinch advantage, all of that. I understand that. I just think on the feet and at range is where this fight is going to take place. MVP does a really good job of controlling the distance and making you fight his type of fight. And if he does that against Garry, if Garry falls into that trap, I think it's going to be a long day. I got MVP by decision, but I think he's going to hurt him a lot. I think he's gonna have some scary moments in it, and he could even have a surprising finish. But I'm going to pick him by decision.
Damn, you know what's crazy? I feel like this may be the first time we're like completely disagreeing. I'm heavy on Ian Garry, heavy. In my opinion, anybody that knows how to shoot a takedown with a brain will beat MVP. That's obviously, a good fighter. I mean, obviously these bums in the welterweight division will beat MVP if they know how to shoot a takedown. But man, Gary's a smart fighter, and he doesn't do it a lot, but he can shoot a takedown. MVP, you look at the Kevin Holland fight. I mean, he got taken down with ease by Kevin Holland. I just feel like, on the feet, it's good. I feel like it's going to be such a stalemate on the feet. I mean, both these guys are just going to be standing there. I mean, both of the guys are going to be looking to counter.
Yeah, I could see the possibility for that.
And then when somebody, and then I think Ian Garry initiates the clinch and just drags him down. I feel like,
But
I think, in my opinion, I feel like this is easy Ian Garry 30-27. Maybe a submission.
I don't think so, man. I think at range, like there, I said something earlier, but I take it back. Like Ian Garry's head movement is one of his biggest weaknesses. Like he's very devoted to that karate stance and that Conor McGregor style. Like he's heavy on that front foot. Like he puts a lot of pressure on that, or weight on that front foot. Bites down on those shots, tries to hit you with a lot of power, and he's not always prepared for those quick entries. And Michael Venom Page is going to dart in at you repeatedly with those 1-2s, catch you off. He's gonna hit. I'm telling you that we're gonna see Ian Garry's head snap back on those MVP jabs at least 5 times in this fight. And if he follows it up or steps in the pocket and feints the jab, steps in with one of those elbows like he did to Kevin Holland, or hits him with something that he doesn't see coming, man, he's gonna hurt him, bro. He's gonna hurt him. Jeff Neal was hitting him a lot. And again, I think can you remind me, when did Holland take MVP down? Was that in the 3rd round, or was that in the 2nd round? That happened.
I don't remember.
Because I don't know. I think the MVP was getting a little tired. I thought he'd put a lot of energy into trying to finish the fight and make a statement in his debut, and that could have played a factor into why Holland was able to take him down and have a little bit of success late. But I don't think Garry is going to be. I think he's going to try to stand and strike with him, and I don't know if he'll be all the way willing or so committed to the ground game, or at least to the extent that he should, because I agree with you. I think that's the path to victory, is to make it ugly and turn it into a bit of a grappling fight. But I don't know if he'll feel the need to do that. I think he trusts his striking and he likes to strike. So I don't know. I think in that kind of fight, MVP has a lot of tools in the
Ian
shed.
Garry is such a high IQ though, and he wants to be champion. He knows what he has.
What does that mean? High IQ? Like he wasn't
he's a smart fighter. He studies tape and he knows what to do when he's in that cage. He's smart. He knows how to win fights. Straight up. I feel like
he almost got freaking. Who caught him? Song
caught him, but yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, if that happens by MVP,
finished him in round 3. What's your point? Different styles.
Okay, yeah, Song is not freaking MVP.
I disagree, man. I think as soon as Ian Garry grabs a hold of him, it's gonna take him down, and MVP's not gonna get up. That's my opinion. I think the sub is live here for Ian Garry as well. I'll say Garry decision, but I think the sub's live. I just feel like MVP. I mean, this is a guy that this guy lost to fucking Logan Storley in 2021 MVP. Are we forgetting this? Are we forgetting he's 36 now? At Bellator.
Bruh, I didn't watch that fight, but Logan Storley is not. Nobody is talking about that fight. Nobody holds any.
He lost me money. He lost me money.
I'm going off of what I've seen in the UFC, and I haven't been all that impressed with Ian Garry. Like, he's a good prospect. He talks a lot. He's built a big name for himself, but he's not all that impressive in the octagon, and nobody's going to convince me of that. He didn't make Jeff Neal look like easy work by any measure. He got hit a lot in that fight, and if he gets hit a lot in this fight, I think he's going to get hurt a lot in this fight. And yeah, I think MVP can do a lot of damage, but agree to disagree. I definitely see the possibility for him to use the grappling. It's there for him. I don't see why he wouldn't, go to that at some point. I think that's the path to victory. So yeah, it could happen, but I think MVP is really dangerous. That's all it comes down to.
I wouldn't say that's all it comes down to.
No, I'm just saying in my mind.
And I just feel like you're underrating Ian Garry's striking as well. I mean, this guy's a very good kickboxer as well. I mean, I think he'll be able to hang in there. I think he will.
I didn't even touch on his strike. I'm not underrating it.
I just feel like the striking will be such a stalemate. Like I just feel like nobody's gonna throw. And I feel like as soon as Ian Garry gets him backed up,
MVP doesn't. It's not like MVP doesn't throw. MVP throws, but he waits until you least expect it to dart in with quick and very well-timed punches, and then he gets right back out of there. Like, he doesn't sit and get into the pocket with you and throw long extended combinations. No, he throws a 1-2 and then he'll get right back out of there, and that is not something that Garry, I don't think, is prepared for. He got hit a lot by those Jeff Neal jabs because they were quick, well-timed, and right that he intercepted him when he was coming in. Like, that's going to happen a lot, I think. And he's good. He's a decent striker, but he leaves a lot of openings. I'm not gonna be convinced otherwise. He leaves a lot of openings on the feet, and those openings can be exploited by somebody as talented and as versatile as MVP. But again, it's going to be a nice fight. I love the matchup. I like it a lot better than the Stephen Thompson fight, because that one I think would have been a complete stalemate because there was no potential for any grappling. But in this fight, there is the potential that we see Garry drag him to the ground and win a lot of minutes or find a submission. So yeah, that could definitely happen as well. I'm not saying it won't, but it's a good matchup for MVP on the feet. So if he can keep it there, I like it. But it's a good fight nonetheless. So agree to disagree.
Yeah, he's going MVP. I'm going at Garry. I just think he'll be able to mix in the grappling. Simple as that. And I just don't have anything to prove that MVP's grappling is there. We got a bunch of comments here. Let's talk about it. TV talking about the last fight. Marc-Andre split with Blades. Though I feel like that might be a tougher fight than Pyfer. Who's Blades? Talking about Curtis?
No, not
Chris Curtis, right? Is that what we're talking about? Or did he fight a Blades?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's who's.
Yeah, he's probably talking about Chris Curtis. Yeah, no, that was a close fight, but I thought that was a unanimous Curtis. Curtis was piecing him up. It was a close fight, but still, Curtis, great body work. And it's also it's a much different stylistic matchup. Much different. I mean, Pyfer's taller, more power. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Andre wins because, you know, Pyfer has shown to have some cardio problems. But I'm on Pyfer there. This is a tough one to call. I'm not going to lie. I want to say MVP, but I've really enjoyed watching Ian thus far. Yeah, he's outside of his last fight, which was kind of boring. He's had a lot of highlights. The head kick against Daniel Rodriguez, beautiful finish against Songknon, a lot of good finishes. The Gabe Green fight, he looked really good. Swavy J beats Garry Moneyline. UFC needs new fighters. They're going to put them out there for future fights. I'm on Garry Moneyline, not because the UFC needs new fighters, but I just think he gets it done. MVP is so seasoned. Ian's going to have a real tough time trying to find MVP's rhythm. It's a good point.
Agreed, man.
That's yeah.
Yeah, like that timing is tough to get a read on. Like, I mean, Holland is not a smart fighter, and that's the thing. I think when you're he's not a good benchmark either. So I'm not trying to compare Holland to Ian Garry, but he is smarter than Kevin Holland. I think we can both agree on that. So it won't be as easy as his last fight. I don't think it'll be tougher for MVP, but I just think those shots are going to be there because again, it's tough to find a read on his rhythm. And he's got a lot of power, man. He loads up. He keeps his hands so low, and he brings him his punches from so low that he generates a lot of power with that. So I could see him getting hurt, but yeah.
Swavy saying I also got a pair of UFC gloves signed by Swavy. I mean, signed by Ian Garry. I'm sorry. That's sick, dude. TV. The way Garry adjusted against Neil Magny, I love his skill set. He beat the shit out of Neil Magny.
Yeah.
He let his wife's ex-husband live in his house, and he deserves this win.
That's funny.
He's gone through the motions, is what you're saying. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I'd be saying MVP will start off fast, but Ian will get him with grappling. Exactly how I'm thinking. What's MVP's finish odds?
I can check that for you right now.
That might be a good sprinkle.
Yeah. MVP inside the distance.
You can get it first.
Page wins inside the distance plus 340. Plus 340.
Plus 450 by KO.
Yeah, okay, there you go. And I think that's that's the better bet because he's not subbing him. Well,
UFC, go ahead.
I don't know.
UFC doesn't gain anything if Ian loses.
It's a weird fight. That's a good point, Swavy. Because I don't know. Garry is a really big star right now. He's a budding superstar. He's obviously causing a lot of controversy around the sport. But then MVP is a big star in his own right. Like this guy, if you fast track him and he puts a good performance up here and finishes Ian Garry even, man, that him and Leon for the belt in the UK is probably one of the biggest fights you can make after if Leon handles business against Bilal. But yeah, man, they're pretty much playing a big risk here because both of these guys have a lot of momentum going, and one of them is gonna get their hype train halted by the other. So it's gonna be interesting to watch for sure.
Okay, Rohan, I have bad news for you. Bad news.
Yeah, bad news.
I have to pee, so you're stuck with breaking down the beginning of Bueno.
I love that. No, it's fine. That is bad news. Oh man, Jesus. He's leaving me with that. That's crazy. You can't do a real pee break in the breakdown. That's crazy. He did what he was gonna do on fight day in the breakdown. But I guess I'll lead you guys. I'll start it off talking about Mayra Bueno Silva, man, versus Macy Chiasson. This might be the real bathroom break because who wants to watch this garbage, bro? I really don't see a lot of other outcomes for this fight other than a complete, just utter bullshit wrestling against the cage sort of fight. Like, it's going to be very, very ugly. Neither of these ladies are technical in any sense. Like, Mayra Bueno Silva, she just wings overhands. She likes to, stalk, put a lot of pressure on her opponents, but at the end of the day, she's not technical at all. She's got a solid jab, but she's always looking to land that one big shot. On the other hand, Macy Chiasson, like, I mean, what's good to say about Macy Chiasson? She's 9-3. She won her last fight against Penny Kianzad, but before that, we saw an unprecedented finish that she was involved in when she got up kicked to the liver against Irene Aldana. Obviously, that was a bit of an anomaly, but man, that is a big red flag. Just the durability side of things, that you're gonna need that in there against somebody with the power of Mayra Bueno Silva, because at the end of the day, that could be the great equalizer here is Mayra Bueno Silva's power. But getting back to Macy Chiasson, she's gonna use the wrestling. That's gonna be her path to victory. Dude, can you believe I'm still talking about this shitty ass fight? Nah, that's gonna be her path to victory. She's gonna have to wear on Mayra Bueno Silva on against the cage. Just drape over her, use that pressure, and slow the fight down, because at a distance and on the feet, she's always going to have to worry about that big shot. But again, I just think this is going to be an ugly fight. It's a 3-round fight, thank God. I can't believe Mayra Bueno Silva was in a 5-round title fight. But this is 3 rounds, so we can thank the UFC for that at least. And I'm going to take Mayra Bueno Silva on the money line, I think. I mean, man, what are the odds on this one? Hold on, I gotta pull up fight odds. I lost the page real quick. She's -1. Oh, it's a dead even. It's a pick 'em. I love that. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Mayra Bueno Silva because she's more powerful and she has more finishing potential. Yeah. Hey, don't show me that. I'm not gambling on this. I'm not betting on this shitty ass fight. You ain't gonna catch me betting on this. Hell no. I mean, if you are betting on this, that is the number that you need.
If you are seeking assistance for chemical dependency, press 1. If you are seeking assistance for problem gambling, press 2. If you are seeking...
Hey, a lot of you guys need to press 2. Oh, yeah, he's including himself. Are you betting on this fight?
Stay on the line or press 1. Si usted desea hablar con alguien en español, por favor. Calls are recorded for quality assurance.
Hey, we got to speak to a representative. Hold on. Excuse me, I need help. Hey guys, we're actually getting help, and I think a lot of you guys should take after Lucas, because I know you're going to be betting on this fight. That's bad. That's not good. Oh, it looks like we're in line. We're behind a long list of fellow UFC gamblers that are. Oh my god. No. But I like that we're doing this. We gotta get this out.
Hello?
Thanks for calling New York State Problem Gas and Chemical Dependency Helpline. My name is Linda. How can I help you?
Yeah, there's a UFC fight this weekend, and my buddy Rohan just talked about Macy Chiasson versus Mayra Bueno Silva for 15 minutes. He needs help. Thank you. What the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Why?
Bro, I'm giving the people what they want, bro. They want accurate breakdowns of these fights, and I'm telling you. Well, the one thing I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna give a prediction. I'm just gonna say, don't gamble on this fight. And if you do, like, I'm not gonna gamble on this fight. If you do, that's the number you need to call. Go get some help. But yeah, man, this is a shit fight. Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
You guys aren't getting a prediction from me. What's next? Myra Moneyline, TV, shut up. Next, Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze. Interesting fight. Interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting fight, man. Anthony Smith, I'm pissed at myself for not betting him in his last fight, because I felt it in my gut. I really did. I thought, what was it, Vitor Petrino? Oh, man. I told you, I think we were talking on the phone, and I said, yo, we got Caio Borraio, we got Michel Pereira, we got Vitor Petrino. You think all three of those dudes are winning? I'm telling you, one of them is losing. And it happened to be Vitor Petrino because Anthony Smith is just a veteran, bro. He's a veteran, and he knows what to do in there. And this is a good spot, man. Out of all those guys at the top of the division at light heavyweight, I think Dolidze is probably the best matchup for Smith. Like, who was he scheduled to fight? Ulberg. Before this, he would have got destroyed. Before that, who was he supposed to fight? I don't know, Jamal Hill or somebody like that. I don't know. Would have got destroyed.
It was supposed to be Ulberg, Hill. It was supposed to be Hill. So it was supposed to be Hill, Roundtree. Then it was supposed to be Hill, Ulberg. Then it was supposed to be Ulberg, Smith, and now it's Smith Dolidze.
Exactly. I mean, like, Dolidze is coming in on short notice as well. Give me Anthony Smith, man. Give me Anthony Smith. I think this is a good matchup for him. At the end of the day, it comes down to the matchups in that division. There's a lot of bad matchups for Anthony Smith in that division. I think, again, Ulberg is a bad matchup. Even Roundtree, I would probably pick against Anthony Smith. But Dolidze, he's got that really slow and plodding style, especially as the fight gets late, if it gets late. Because Anthony Smith, I think he's got a lot of advantages on the ground, especially. He's more technical. Though I'm not a fan of Roman Dolidze, so I'll leave it at that. But yeah,
Roman Dolidze sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
All he has is a leg lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Smith's gonna win, and he's moving up to 205.
Yeah, which is a better weight class for him. Yeah, I just think I'm not like I've never been a fan of Roman Dolidze. Even when he fought Marvin Vettori, I think that was one of the most recent ones that he. Oh no, yeah, he lost that one. But yeah, I that fight was horrible to watch. Before that, he beat Jack Hermanson, Phil Hawes. Those are two guys that are very one-dimensional. Jack Hermanson is not very good on the feet. I think Anthony Smith is just even smarter than Jack Hermanson on the ground. I think Hermanson takes a lot of risks. He shells up a lot when he gets in vulnerable positions. But Anthony Smith, he knows how to work his way out of those type of positions. I don't think he'll ever fall into a leg lock of Roman Dolidze. That's never going to happen. And he's just a veteran, so I think he's going to get the job done. If it got to go to decision, I think he can do that too. But yeah, I could even see him finding a finish. I don't know. He impressed me in his last fight. I will say that.
Yeah, Dolidze sucks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's really all it comes down to, man. He is not a good fighter.
This is how you bet this fight. Anthony Smith money line, dog odds. Take that all day, and then hedge it with fucking Dolidze sub plus 900. What is that line? Absolutely insane. That's his path to victory.
Yeah.
That's how you bet the fight. Right there. Boom. I just gave it to you guys. Easy. You're welcome. For those watching the stream, you're welcome. Anthony Smith on the feet, I wouldn't say it's a wash because it's Anthony Smith. But the jabs, the leg kicks, the big octagon favors him. So let's say, I mean, this guy's striking is dog shit. Dog shit. Dude, as soon as it hits the mat, it's Dolidze's world, no matter if he's on top or on bottom. The leg lock is always live. Plus 900. Bet 365, probably his leg lock plus 3,000. Go bet that if you can. This is Smith's money line. If not, Smith by decision as well. I feel like is better. Smith decision. Dolidze sub. DraftKings. There you go. That's your 2 chance. Did you get it right, dude? I was like kind of laughing at you. Fuck me, dude. You're fucking Shara Magomedov, Tricoli, double chance. Magomedov by KO, Tricoli by decision. Good shit.
Yeah.
Like minus 300, but great job.
But when it's there, you got to take advantage of it. And again, there's sometimes where the path to victory is abundantly clear for both guys, and when that's the case, you got to take advantage of it. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how you should bet this fight. We got my boy TV still in the chat saying Dolidze 2-loss streak. Give me Ant money line. By the way, shout out to the 13 people tuning in from YouTube and Twitter right now. We appreciate it. Dolidze 2-loss streak. Give me Ant money line. I'm with you. Give me that Anthony Smith money line. I feel like Dolidze just. You look at the Vettori fight, right? Yeah, he got fucked up by Imavov. Should have been finishing that fight. But look at that fucking Vettori fight. All this guy has is just dong, jab, overhand, overhand. That's all he knows.
Yeah, he's too one-dimensional. I think Smith is just more well-rounded. He's more seasoned. He knows what to do when the going gets tough. Like, he knows how to respond. He knows how to recover. I think he's just better in there. So yeah, agreed. Moving on to the co-main event, Brian Ortega, Diego Lopes. Man, this is a fight. Man. As a UFC fan, it just doesn't get much better than a scrap like this. And I think you can say that about a lot of Diego Lopes fights because, man, that guy is just one of the more entertaining fighters we have in the sport right now. And Ortega, he's not boring in his own right, man. That guy, he pretty much is only in banger fights as well. So I got to give both of them credit. And this is going to be a fun one, man. Just from start to finish, I think it's going to be all action. Me personally, I think I can speak for both of us here, but I think we're both on Lopes. Are you with me here?
Lopes max bet.
Yeah, man. I think he hasn't even hit his prime. How old is this dude? That's the thing. What is he?
28, I think.
29. Okay, yeah, he just turned. Oh my God, man. He's got such a bright future ahead of him. He's only 29, just hitting his prime, not even. And this guy is so dynamic on the ground. That's the thing. We think of Brian Ortega as one of the best grapplers in the sport, and he still is. But I think he's been through a lot of wars at this point. Even in the Yair fight, like he won it, he pulled it out, got the submission, but Yair looked horrible, number one, and he still ate a lot of damage on the feet for as long as it did last on the feet. Like he was getting hit a lot. I think Lopes he hits hard, as he proved in that last fight against Sadiq Yusuf. He's got finishing potential on the ground and on the feet, which is what makes him so dangerous here. Ortega, both of them leave a lot of openings. Neither of them have great head movement. But Lopes is a little smoother with everything he does. I think Ortega is a little more opportunistic, if that makes sense. Like he takes advantage where he senses a hole or one opportunity to get to the back or something like that, jump on a guillotine. Like Ortega will do it, but Lopes will just take you down and just break you down and get to a dominant submission position. Or a position to close the fight. And I think that's what he does against Ortega, man. I just think he could hurt him on the feet. I think we could see a club and sub here because Ortega, he's a seasoned grappler. He's not just going to fall into his jiu-jitsu traps. But I think on the feet, Ortega doesn't have the power that Lopes has. So I think Lopes is a really, really good bet here. The odds have him as a favorite, but not a big favorite, like minus 130, minus 140. That's a perfect price. I love it. Diego Lopes. I'm all over it.
I'm all over it. Yeah, I love Lopes. Absolutely love Lopes here. I just don't, where at this stage in Ortega's career, I don't know where he's better than Lopes. I think Lopes is the best. Right now, I think Lopes has the best jiu-jitsu in the UFC. I do.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's weird to say that because Ortega was looked at him like as the best grappler in the sport for a long time. And again, he still has that case and he could prove that in this fight. If he goes out here and submits Diego Lopes, we could all look stupid. But I just think Lopes is so clean and he's got those triangles, he's got the long legs, but the speed at which he transitions from his back to a dominant position on top, and then from, side control to, mount, like he's just so smooth and quick with his transitions. And I think he's gonna be put in a lot of situations just to do a lot of damage on the ground. So I think, I'm with you guys. I think Lopes gets the job done. Yeah.
Not only does he have great jiu-jitsu, and in my opinion, the best jiu-jitsu in the UFC, but the guy has incredible power. Like, look at these last few fights, just the power's off the charts. Now, you may be thinking, a guy who obtained so many great skills, where's his cardio at? Look at that Evloev fight. Stepped in on, 3-4 days notice? He was there the entire fight, all 50 minutes, throwing up submissions. The guy's seems to have fine cardio. We know Ortega's never going to slow down. But how does Ortega win? He's not submitting Lopes. Lopes has never been submitted. Lopes 12 submission wins. Insane on the mat. On the feet, the power's on Lopes' side.
Ortega's not knocking him out either, man. He's not. Like I've seen enough of Ortega on the feet to know that, like he's decent and he's good. He's good. He's solid, but he doesn't have the power and he doesn't have the dynamism, if you will. Like he's just not that dynamic on the feet.
Is that a word? Dynamism?
Yeah, it is. I just read it in the book. That's why I said it. But he gets hit. He gets hit a little. He just gets hit way too much, man. He gets hit way too much. The jab is going to be a big weapon for Lopes to set up those takedowns. But he needs to use the hands to set up the takedowns. I think he does that pretty much. That goes.
I don't even think, bro. He doesn't shoot takedowns. That's the thing. Are you talking about Lopes?
Yeah. Like
he doesn't shoot. He doesn't need to shoot takedowns.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to.
The power's on his side. And if Ortega shoots, the jiu-jitsu's there.
Yeah, off the back. Yeah, you're right.
I don't think anyone's going to shoot a takedown, to be honest.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I could see that as well. Yeah, I mean, if it does hit the ground, I think he has the advantage. But yeah, off of his back is where he does the work. Like if he's put in a position where he has to fight off of his back, that's where he usually gets the submissions from. But Ortega, I just don't think that. How old is he? Also, is he 32, 33 now? Yeah, he's 33, but he's been through a lot of injuries,
A lot of
surgeries,
damage.
things of that nature. Yeah, like he's been through a lot, man. He's had a full UFC career already by age 33, and I think Lopes is just getting started. So I think this is a good spot for him to continue his momentum and to pick up another win.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Ortega, I feel like he's fragile. You look at the Rodriguez fight when he was jumping around before the fight, he tweaked his ankle. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That
he
was
still
so
fight,
funny.
but he was getting hurt. I think Lopes, another first round finish, maybe second round. I'm so high on Lopes. I feel like he's Toporia's biggest threat, to be honest. Is that fair? I think that's fair. Him or Holloway.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Diego Lopes is going to have, if he, puts on a dominant performance against Ortega, the UFC have the chance to fast track this dude to the title shot. And yeah, man, he's going to be a competitive fighter for, a very long time. And he's going to be a big test for a lot of those guys at the top division, because the jiu-jitsu, it's not a lost art, but when you are really a dominant grappler and just able to get to dominant positions on the ground like consistently like that, it's hard to deal with fighters like that. And Diego Lopes is somebody with, like you said, some of the best jiu-jitsu in the sport. But Charles Oliveira, he put together a title run with jiu-jitsu, man. That was the foundation of it all. And yeah, I think that's one of the best bases in the sport too.
I mean, look at the career of Lopes. It's insane how much he's improved in such a little amount of time. I mean, this guy lost to Nate Richardson in October of 2021. October of 2021, he lost to Nate Richardson. He was coming off back-to-back losses in 2021. That's insane. And then he goes out there and just improves. And he comes into the UFC. In this guy's regional fights, he was not that good. I mean, he wasn't amazing. And he comes into the UFC, steps into the UFC. It's like a new fighter was just unlocked.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you mentioned the Mozart fight. I was going to say that his most impressive fight might have been that one in a loss against Mozart, because Mozart was undefeated, still is undefeated. And this guy gave him such a hard time in there. Landed so many damaging strikes. I think this guy, his potential is through the roof, man. It really is. And this is going to be a big step up, obviously, in competition, but it's one that he's ready for. I think he's ready for Brian Ortega, and I think he's going to make him look easy. I think he finishes the fight. So, yeah.
I'm with you. I just want to make sure my mic's working. You hear that?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Cool. Yeah, I'm with Lopes. Comments, where we at? Lopes all the way. So VJ Beats. I am with you, my friend. I'm going to go on IG Live in a second, just alert the people about us talking about the main event momentarily. I just want to have some fun. Look at us. Yellow. Beautiful. Blue waves. We can do that.
Yeah, we gotta have a signature background moving forward. I want to get like a UFC 303 like graphic at the top, if that's possible. But
I can add my own background.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, pick a custom image or something like that.
What else we got? Yeah, okay, we've seen yellow, right? Video. Oh, videos. Whoa, look at that. We'll stick with the OG for now. Oh, we got background music. How about that? Dance pop.
That's fire. Hey.
This can be like our intro song.
This as the intro song would be insane. I think everybody would.
How about this? Night driving.
Oh, that's a little more low key, low chill vibe. Okay. This is what you play when you're, sleeping, taking a nap during one of those women's fights. Or Myra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chiasson. You play a little bit of this.
We got one called Feeding the Ducks. Oh, I like this.
Feeding the Ducks. They got a little bounce to it. Okay.
Last one I'll play for now. Into Space. Turn the shit
That was
up.
more like an optimistic, like upbeat, like yeah. We're gonna get the job done. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy.
Hey, Diego Lopes on the money line.
Hey. Hey, bro, you used to be the freestyle king. What happened, bro? You
Still
stopped doing
am.
freestyles.
Diego Lopes gonna drop the hammer. Diego Lopes gonna drop the slammer.
Oh no.
Money line, drop a bag. No price tag. Come on. That was an. I'm rusty. I haven't
You're rusty,
freestyled in a
man.
long time. Okay.
That's all right. I'll give you a pass.
I get a pass. Yeah, let's hop on the IG live. We're about to talk the main event, so we want to get the streets in here. Oh my! You know what I'm saying? The Florida Panthers just beat the Oilers, and the Oilers.
Oh, they did, man. I wanted the Oilers to win so bad.
And this guy lost out on 584,000. He had the Oilers. He didn't hedge. He's an idiot, bro. He's an idiot.
Jesus, that hurts me, bro. You just said that number. I thought you were gonna stop at 584, and then you said 1,000. I was like, whoa! Oh my god, nah, that's crazy.
Okay, we're on the IG live. We're about to talk main event. Everybody, get in here. JT, get in here. Everybody, get in here. The people are in here right now. We're live. We're about to talk the main event. We got the chat. We're going to talk the main event right now. It's about to happen. Pereira versus Prochazka. We got a lot to say. It's an interesting rematch. So everybody in here, come join the live. The link's on our story. The link's in the description of this video. Come join. Just click that link. Story, bio. It's there. Come join. We're only going to be here for another 20, 30 minutes, and we got a lot to say about this main event. Yep. What are you doing? You guys want to hear something crazy? We got our own. There's a baby crying downstairs. We got our own background music. Oh, can I get it up again? There it is. Feeding the ducks. Look at us.
Hey.
We're pro now. We're pro. Everybody, come lock in with us. We'll see you in the live. All right, Rohan. We're here. Let's get the heads in the live. 14 people in here right now. We appreciate you guys. To everybody watching, do you hear that?
No.
You don't hear that? It's a baby fucking scream. Why is there a baby awake at 12 in the morning? Go to sleep.
I don't even hear it. Well, my volume's not that loud though on my computer, so I don't know.
Swavy J
viewers
says,
can't hear it.
yes, sir. Y'all need me and TV on there. Get in here. Why not? Yeah. Here we are. Main event. It's time to talk Pereira versus Prochazka 2. You could start. Go ahead.
Man. I'm not the right person to start, but I will say, like, I still haven't made up my mind completely, guys. It's early in the week. I still gotta do a little bit more thinking, but I think Prochazka is gonna have a lot of opportunities in this fight if he comes with the right approach. That's what it's gonna come down to, in my opinion.
Tough thing to ask from Jerry,
every time, huh?
I said that's a tough thing to ask from Jerry.
Again, that's the thing. We've never seen Yuri Prochazka fight smart. That's the problem. We've never seen him in there fight with like he has a brain. And every time you think Alex Pereira might get a tough matchup at light heavyweight, at least, he proves otherwise against Jan Błachowicz. I mean, I thought the wrestling might be an issue, and he just said, whatever, I don't care about the wrestling. I'm better, and I'm better on the feet by a pretty comfortable margin. And he used his power. He used that left hook continuously. Obviously, Jan did a better job of not being finished, and he was a little bit more safe. But Pereira still looked really good in that fight. And then you go to the Jamal Hill fight. You think, oh, Jamal Hill, he's less, of a wild opponent in there. I think he'll have a more cautious approach. He might be able to hurt Pereira. No, again, Pereira runs through him and makes him look like light work. So again, I don't know with this fight, because both of these guys, they throw caution to the wind in the sense that they don't have a high guard. Even Pereira, it's not like he is got his hands by his knees or anything, but it's not like his hands are by his chin either. He's very, very hittable. Alex Pereira is very, very hittable, and I know you're going to bring this up because in that previous fight between these two, Ghemmouri was having a lot of success before the knockout. He was landing a lot of punches. Again, he's got a similar style to MVP in the sense that he's got a wide karate-like stance, but he darts in with those quick shots. And the thing about Ghemmouri and what's different between him and MVP is he'll get inside and land on you, but then he'll overcommit. And when he gets inside, he'll stay inside and try to land big, heavy bombs to try to close the fight. You cannot do that against somebody like Alex Pereira. Israel Adesanya knocked him out, but I really do think that scenario was a one-off where Alex Pereira did what I'm talking about right now. He just got too comfortable, too cocky, and he let his guard down. That's what you cannot afford to do against Pereira, and that's what Ghemmouri did in their first fight. He got way too comfortable, dropped his hands in the pocket, and one of those left hands, if it touches you on the chin, it's good night, and now he understands that. That's the thing in this fight. He has the mental note now. Okay, if I get in the pocket and I get clipped by that left hand, it's probably a wrap because the judge is going to see me rock and they're going to stop the fight. I have to be smarter. And if he is even a little bit smarter, I think Ghemmouri can get the job done. I do. I think he's durable enough because if Pereira's not connecting clean on the chin, I think he can eat a lot of those shots at range. He can eat a lot of the jabs. Those leg kicks are going to be a big problem. He doesn't check the leg kicks, and that's the one thing I worry about. I don't even want to say he's going to have to check the leg kicks because you already know he's not going to. So it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that the spontaneity, whatever the word is, like he's spontaneous in there. He makes decisions on the fly and he can catch
Dynamo.
you.
What was that word? The dynamo.
Spontaneity, I think.
No, the other word. The other word was cool that you said that you read in the book. Dyna something.
Oh, dynamism. Yeah.
Fire word. I mean,
anyways, man, he's very tough to get a read on as well. Like he can catch you with a lot of things that you don't see coming, and that's his spontaneity. Exactly. That tell me TV television. Thank you. So yeah, man, he's a tricky puzzle to solve, but so is Pereira. So it's really tough to call. I understand why Pereira's the favorite. Of course, he's got to be the favorite. He's got to win. He's got a knockout win over him, and that could happen again. That's the thing. Being a Pereira fan and betting on Pereira every time, it must be so profitable because you're just sitting here getting him at a great price every single time for him to go and run through these guys. But again, he gets hit a lot, and that's why the line is what it is. So I'm gonna pick Ghemmouri. For now, I could change my pick later in the week, but I'm not confident in either side. But tell me what you're thinking because I don't know.
It's tough. Don't get me wrong. It's tough. If Ghemmouri would put his hands up, the bet's Ghemmouri. But he eats punches with his fucking face. This guy's horrible striking defense. And, that was to his detriment in their first fight, right? I think he can win, though. He was having so much success. The guy's a dog. He'll eat damage for fucking breakfast. From Pereira, it's going to be a tough thing to do, but as soon as he gets inside, if he is just cautious of those hooks, like he did in that one sequence. Remember that one sequence? He had him up against the fence. He was hurting him. I mean, I wouldn't say he was hurting him, but he was flipping him. And then, eventually he fell right into that left hook like an idiot. Man, Prochazka can win this fight. He can win this fight, but do we trust Prochazka to fight with half a brain? It's not something we can do. It's not. I don't know. I feel like the line should be dead even. The bet, the value, Ghemmouri, all day. Plus 140, value. That's value. Under 1.5, under 2.5. Fight doesn't start round 3, value. This fight's going to end within the first 2 rounds, like the first fight, in my opinion. Maybe early third. Maybe under 2.5 is a play. I don't know what that's at. Let me look. But I think it's so hard because you want to pick Ghemmouri. But then again, he eats punches with his face, and that's not something you could do against Pereira. But then again, Pereira, not the best striking defense in his own right. Not the best chin. We saw him get brutally knocked out by Izzy, head fucking smushed on the canvas, and was held down. This guy, have we seen him get up from a takedown in his entire UFC career? Has he gotten up?
He might have got up from the Izzy. Did he get up from the Izzy takedown in their fight? And then he reversed it or something?
No, I don't think so. He definitely didn't reverse it.
He got a takedown of his own on Izzy.
If he got up, it was for. I don't think he got up from Izzy. Maybe he did, and I'm not thinking straight. That was the only time. Blachowicz took his back for the entire round. Ghemmouri held him down in their first fight for as soon as he got him down, and then the rest of the first round. Andreas Michailidis, I know it was a long time ago. I don't really want to count it because
I remember that one though. I do, yeah.
Held him down for the entire round. Obviously, Pereira's going to be improving that takedown defense day by day. But if Ghemmouri fights with half a brain, he wins this fight. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting if this fight goes like past 3 rounds. The state of both of them is just going to be something that I don't think we said, like, because Prochazka in that Glover fight towards the end of the fight, he pulled it out and he should have probably finished him, and he was fighting like an idiot, throwing like all those flying knees and all those crazy ass strikes. But he was tired. He was really, really tired down the stretch of that fight. And Pereira, I mean, in the 4th round against Izzy, I think the output was a lot lower until he clipped him. But again, the thing about Pereira and the thing I really worry about with Ghemmouri is the leg kicks, because they hurt so bad. He kicks like a freaking baseball bat, man, with those calf kicks. And Ghemmouri does not check them at all. He doesn't even try to check them. And that's the thing. I think like if the fight does get into the later rounds, that investment early on from Pereira is going to pay dividends later, because Prochazka's movement might be compromised a little bit, and then his power might be compromised a little bit, and that's where Pereira could have some success later. But I don't know. I don't trust his chin. Again, I don't trust Pereira's chin all the way, because we've seen him hurt and rocked. Even Bruno Silva had him hurt for a second. So I don't know, man. Like there's a lot of holes in both of their games, but what they do really well. Pereira does a great job at just keeping the fight at bay and picking you apart with those leg kicks, and then occasionally closing the distance and landing those big left hands, and oh man, it just feels inevitable every single time that this guy fights that he's gonna land that big left hand and put his opponent to sleep. But when he loses, I mean, he usually, I don't know, man. I think Prochazka has what it takes to finish him. He does. He really does. And he was looking good. But I don't know. You can never trust this guy to fight or to stick to the game plan and to fight the way that he should, So it's tough. It's just really tough to call. I don't know, man. I'm not confident on either side. For right now, I'll say Prochazka with 0 confidence, but just know that I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence too. But yeah, value I feel is on the Ghemmouri side. Already said that, but got to stress it. It's just Pereira leaves so many openings. Chin, question. Takedown defense, question. And Ghemmouri, yes, he doesn't have the best footwork. I feel like the reason Pereira beat Hill is because, Hill's footwork is just god-awful. Pereira was able to trap him, cut off the cage, and just murder him with that left hook. Ghemmouri is just such a tricky puzzle to solve in his own right. I mean, this guy's all over the place. He's not going to back down. He's always going to come forward. You'll never catch Ghemmouri on the back foot. That's why I think he's a threat in this fight. And for my official pick, I'll say Ghemmouri Prochazka knocks him out. Maybe a submission. I could see a submission. I mean, he submitted Glover with like such an odd choke. I could see him hurting Pereira and then submitting him. But then again, like I keep giving ways of Ghemmouri to win, but Pereira could easily knock this dude out, this time viciously,
Yeah, again, you can see all sorts of possibilities in this one, and those are usually the toughest fights to bet. So for me personally, I mean, I don't have a strong pick for this one, but yeah, I do think that Ghemmouri will learn from that last fight. How could you not? Like, if that's me in there and I know exactly what I did wrong, he should know exactly what he did wrong, and if he just uses a little bit more logic in this fight, I think he gets the job done. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And I think it's going to be a freaking entertaining-ass card. Like, top to bottom, man, this card is going to have a lot of fun fights, man. Just a lot of fun fights. I'm excited.
Big facts. We're both rocking with Ghemmouri for the upset in the rematch. We can talk and just – if anybody in the chat has some comments for the next 10 minutes, we'll stick around. Any topics that you want to talk about? Anything on the mind, Rohan?
I mean, not much. I mean, we can talk about some hot topics in the UFC world. I mean, I feel like every hot topic these days surrounds Conor, but we pretty much know the situation with that fight now. So, I mean, there's nothing really going on with that. But let me look at the upcoming schedule and see if there's any.
We have a week off next week.
I mean, Rose Namajunas making a return soon.
Whoa! That's
no,
crazy.
Me personally, I'm a big Rose Namajunas fan, so I always like to see her fight. But that card is horrible. Just looking at the card, and they don't even have any fights for it yet. And there's gonna be a week off also between, or is it 2 weeks off between this and
No, just 1 week. I think.
Yeah. Okay, 1 week off.
Wait.
Is it 2 or 1?
Is it 2? Oh no, if it's 2.
Because it's June 29th.
No, it's
to
1. It's
July.
1.
It's 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, but that card they still don't have the fights settled for yet. After that, I know we had a tweet the other day. By the way, guys, follow the Twitter if you're still in here.
Show love, Twitter. Link in the description of this video. Go show love.
Yeah, we always active on Twitter.
We ratioed what's his name? Marcel.
Marcel,
right?
yeah,
we
Marcel.
We almost did. Let me see if I can get it up. Oh shit! Can you share?
I can.
Okay. Are you signed into the Twitter on your computer?
I'm signed into my own. Okay. But I can just.
I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll do it. I'm almost there. Okay. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We're goats for this, right? Or I did the work. I'm gonna take credit. I'm sorry, Rohan. Look at this. I mean, we almost ratio. We're 7 likes away from, or 8 likes away from a ratio. How do I share on shit? Share. Boom. How do I press Shift 6? Shift 6. Didn't work. Present. Okay, I can present, right?
Yeah, it says like present and then share screen.
Don't show these tips again. Fuck off. This is becoming a lot of work. Yes, share. Boom. Can you see?
Yeah, there we go.
What does it look like? Okay, there we go. Look at.
Just scroll down a little bit so we can see the like.
Oh, look at this, bro. Look at this.
Wait, scroll down a little bit though. Yeah, there we go. We're almost there, bro. We could get that shit.
Marcel says that Lemos versus Jandradoba is the main event for UFC Vegas 94. And I say this should be illegal. The entire UFC staff should be thrown in a cell for this. It's a fact, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, that's a horrible man. I can't even believe that they put that together. That's insane.
They're getting lazy with this Apex shit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, what they said the plan was to stop that shit this year, and they're not sticking to that. But
insane. Absolutely.
Yeah,
insane.
that's a horrible fight. But
I'm playing around with
this.
Look at it, in the corner now, or just a screen. Now we're gone. How about that? Yeah. What else we got? What we've been dropping some banger replies. You can still see my screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're live.
I heard that.
What the fuck?
Hey, yeah.
There are results for this past Saturday, Saudi Arabia and BCS Dublin, plus 3.74 units. Calm. Got some wins. Tweeted that out. What else? PFL. Was he yapping about PFL? Because I was bored of other streams. 64 views on Twitter. Shout out to those who tuned in from there. Boom. Gaslam says, I need a win. I'm in a must-win situation. This is before the fight. I said he'll win, but the story of the fight will be Gaslam's hilarious upper body to leg ratio. I don't think if you remember in his welterweight fight versus Sean Brady, his legs were like twigs, but his upper body was just fat as shit.
Yeah, but Michael Bisping was clowning his ass on the broadcast, talking about how out of shape he was like in his last fight. That was crazy.
Dana White will let Michael Chandler do whatever he wants after Conor McGregor pulled out of UFC 3. And I said he could have made more money fighting a couple times in the last 2 years than the so-called red panty night. Talk about wasting your prime. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I've been telling people that. Like, I can't believe that he's sat out all this time and for one guy when it's been clear like that Conor was injured and that he's going to be out for a long time. There's no reason for him not to fight. It's not like if he lost they would have taken the Conor fight away from him. Like, I'm sure if he fought it would have been against another top 5 opponent, which makes the Conor fight still available. So I don't know why he chose to just sit out that entire time to wait for Conor. I mean, 3 years is insane, or damn near 3 years, because I think he fought once and it was Tony in between them. But nah, man, that's crazy. I agree.
By the way, those who are just tuning in, we're done breaking down the card. But if you have any questions, if you missed if you either want to go back or just ask us now. We're just going through our replies on Twitter because we just started using it. But yeah, if you guys want to drop a comment, we'll be here for another 5 minutes. So just let us know. What else we got? We got this is a good one. Javid Bashrat is taking on Chris Gutierrez. Yeah, Bashrat lost his fight to Ayman Zahabi in his last fight and somehow gets a step up. So I said Javid somehow gets a massive step up after loss because, weird, right? Why would he go from losing to Ayman Zahabi to Chris Gutierrez, who's coming off a main event with Song Yudong? And this guy says it's a step down. I'm laughing at my own jokes. I'm sorry. I sound like a retard, but who's your dealer? I mean, what is he talking about? How is Chris Gutierrez worse than Ayman Zahabi? Gutierrez destroys Zahabi. This guy says, yeah, you mad? I said, no, it's fucking Javid Bashrat. Why would I care? Why would I care? Right? It's Javid Bashrat. Anything else? Oh yeah, Chael says, I am in New York City and want to know the best steak. I think this was you that tweeted this. I definitely didn't tweet this. South Bronx is known for their tremendous steak dishes. Did you tweet that one?
I did not tweet that. What? That was not me.
We got Kobe saying, do you really think Bilal and Leon will be a boring fight, or is this boring narrative false?
Me personally,
I'd say, well, first of all, let me say all the finishing potentials on the Leon side. If there's a finish in this fight, it's definitely Leon. I feel like it. You go first. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be boring because I think there's going to be a finish. I think Leon's going to finish him. So I don't think it's going to be boring in that sense. I'm just going to spoil my prediction now because I honestly, I think we saw that movie once before, and I get that, now Bilal has a feel for what it's going to be like and all that. Man, Leon can defend takedowns, and Bilal is not the best wrestler we've ever seen. He's not, you're going to be able to hold Leon down for the entire fight, I don't think. And again, like you said, all the finishing potential on Leon's side. I mean, he's a good wrestler, and on the feet, this is a different class. He is in a different class of striker than Bilal Muhammad. He is quicker, he's longer, he's just more technical. I mean, he's got every advantage. So I think he's going to finish him, and so that will make it not a boring fight. That's my reasoning. But yeah, I could if it goes the other way and Bilal gets his game plan going and gets momentum and starts to just hold it down, then it's going to be it's going to be the worst fight I've ever seen. So, and I will say, Leon does have the tendency to just kind of sit on a lead. So if he builds a lead in the fight, first couple rounds looks really dominant, and then is okay, I can chill, then it could be a really boring fight. So yeah, there's potential for it to be, but me personally, I think he is going to come in there, feel really comfortable, and probably finish Bilal Muhammad, because this is I'm enjoying the Leon title reign. He needs to be more active, of course, but this is a fight that he should win, in my opinion.
I feel like Bilal stands a real chance. I mean, I feel like you answered his question specifically very well. I don't really have anything else to say. But when it comes to the fight itself, I feel like Bilal has a real chance. Real chance. Real chance. But if there is a finish, it comes from the Leon side, so should be interesting.
Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at the odds right now because I was just curious, and Bilal
is minus 200, right?
Leon, well, I think at the release of the odds, he was minus 270. I don't know what he is now, but I mean, it doesn't shock me because, again, we kind of saw it once before. Obviously, it was a bad eye poke to end the fight, but Leon was having so much success up until that point. He rocked him really bad with the head kick. He was landing that jab pretty much at will. And you usually don't see Leon as confident in his striking as early in the fight. He typically builds confidence as it goes on. But against Bilal, you could see that he didn't really feel threatened by him much on the feet. And I think that's a recipe for him to have a lot of success in there. So, yeah.
100%, man. 100%. You know what I was thinking? We should do another live stream later this week. By the way, Kobe says, yeah, good to know you guys' thoughts because the media's been building up as a boring fight. It's going to be interesting. In front of the London crowd, that crowd's going to be roaring. So,
yeah, man.
Itself. But we should do another live stream, just giving away, doing a parlay, putting together a Hail Mary parlay.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
like
down. I'm down.
see what people think
I've
of it.
already started looking at some bets to obviously get to the Discord, but yeah, just personally as well. So yeah, we should definitely do that.
What else?
Oh nah, man, we got to get to this comment. This is a good one.
Hold on one sec. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, folks, we're gonna be heading out of here in about 5 minutes. Or I said that already, but yeah, about 5 minutes.
Well, let's just answer this comment before we head out.
Drop your final comments in there before we sign off. Am I lagging? It says my Wi-Fi thing is coming up on the top. Am I good?
You're good, man. I hear you perfectly fine.
Kobe says, I know it's a very far away. This is a very far away, and you guys will talk about it later. But do you think Muhammad Makaev is the next flyweight contender? That'll be Makaev. I think Makaev beats Makaev.
Man, rewatch the Alex Perez Muhammad Makaev fight, my boy. Rewatch that fight, because man, that told me all I need to know about Makaev. I was pretty high on him. Obviously, he was a pretty promising prospect. But that fight, even in a win, he looked horrible, man, just horrible. And Manel Kape, I mean, on the feet, I think it's all Manel. And yeah, I mean, Makaev just looks so bad in his last fight. I can't see him being a future champ. And flyweight, let me say something as well. Okay, true. Kobe just did remind me that Makaev was sick. That's true, but I will also say, man, flyweight is getting really deep. Let me just look at flyweight now, because now that we have Tatsuro Taira, we've got Kaya Sakura. Oh no, Kaya's bantamweight, right?
I think he's fighting at flyweight.
Kaya Sakura. Okay, there you go. Tatsuro Taira, Kaya Sakura. Brandon Moreno's still lingering there. We got Steve Erceg, Alexander Pantoja. This division, Manel Kape. I mean, you're mentioning Kape, Makaev. This division is deep, man. It is deep now, and I think, yeah. I'm really liking the way flyweight is looking, and I think it's tougher. It's tougher to see who's going to be the champion moving forward, because the playing field is kind of jumbled up now.
I feel like you can make that excuse that Makaev was sick, but he lost the first 2 rounds to Tim Elliott and then submitted a guy in Tim Elliott who's been subbed a shit ton of times. I think Manel Kape will make it look easy. He'll get taken down, but I think the damage is gonna be all on his side. I think he's gonna make it look easy. Yeah. Do you have Kape beating Makaev?
Yeah, I do. And again, Kai Kara-France is another one we haven't mentioned. I mean, there's a lot of guys in there, but yeah, I think Kape is a good stylistic matchup. Yeah, it's a good stylistic matchup for Kape Makaev, because
I don't think Makaev will. Maybe he'll be changed. He's still young. He's what, 24, 23, 24. He's still young. But again,
Tatsuro Taira is also like 24. And then we still got Joshua Van and Tagir, who didn't even fight, and they're also at flyweight. And they're both pretty solid prospects. Joshua Van's only 22 years old, and I love him.
Also, isn't Makaev fighting through like a bad knee? Like he never got like surgery after Jafel Fillo like broke his knee.
Yeah, ripped his shit up. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So he's still fighting. I don't think he should have.
I don't know. I just know that when I was watching his last fight, I was cringing. That's all I know. But
yeah, good to know you guys' thoughts. I'm from New Zealand, so Kai Kara-France will be the next champ.
Hey, man. Forget Kai Kara-France. We need Izzy to get the belt back, because that's my number one.
That's what we got on the screen. I mean, we could talk about this.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Dricus Du Plessis is the worst men's UFC champ in the last 10 years. Don't at me. Do you agree?
No, I freaking 100% agree with that. Unless he beats Izzy this weekend. That's all. If he beats Izzy this weekend, then we can't say that. But I mean, this weekend. What am I talking about this weekend? In his next fight. We've been talking for damn near 2 hours, man. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. No, but I think Izzy has to win this fight, man. He has to win this fight. Like, oh man, it would be a bad look for Izzy to lose back to back like that to Strickland and Du Plessis. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think. Oh man,
Izzy will win the belt back easily, and then Izzy should win if his takedown defense is there. I mean, if on the feet, it's a wash.
It's a wash on the feet, man.
Wash.
It should be.
Stylistically, it's a wash. I know Izzy looked bad against Strickland, but this is a completely different style.
Yeah, agreed.
But if Dricus gets a hold of him, Izzy's gonna be a deep shit.
I think this looks like the Vettori fight. I do. Minus maybe the submission
Dricus
scares.
is better than Vettori, though. Come on.
He's better, but I'm saying like if he gets him, like Vettori got him down, and you remember he had the back, but then he just didn't know what to do once he got to the back. He couldn't lock up the body triangle, and then Izzy reversed him immediately almost. But if Dricus gets him down, yeah, to your point, it'll be a lot more worrisome for Izzy. But he's got good takedown defense. Like I'm not really worried about Izzy's takedown defense. Even like it took Vettori a long time to get him to the ground. Whitaker managed to get him down for like 2 seconds. Jan got him down, but that was at a completely different division. Pereira taking him down is probably the most worrisome one. You definitely don't want to be taken down by Alex Pereira. That's not a good look. But I don't think he's going to let Duplessis get inside on him too much of the time. I think he's going to use those leg kicks, stay on the outside, and pick him apart. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens at middleweight. Because yeah, like you said, the tweet says it all, man. DDP being champ is just still such a crazy thing.
Yeah, I think on the feet it's a wash, but Dricus is live. He's live to win this fight. He's live to finish Izzy on the mat, but I think Izzy should win on the feet. I think he'll knock him out on the feet. That's my opinion. That's all we got, folks. Are we done there? I think we're done there, right?
I think we are done. That is the complete breakdown.
We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We really, really do appreciate it. Broke down the entire card. Been talking for 2 hours. Got new effects. Look at the bottom of the screen. I mean, we're leveling up. We got our own fucking song.
Nah, this ain't the song moving forward. This is not going to be the song moving forward. We got to get Mill. He's not in the comments anymore, but Millie need to come up with the theme song, and that's going to be our intro. This
is our signing off music.
Okay, that's fair. Signing off music is fair. Hey, enjoy the card, guys. Just remember when you're watching Macy Chiasson versus Myra Silva.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it again.
Yep. I'm making you do it again.
You're betting that fight.
Hey, definitely do not gamble on that fight because that is the number you will be needing to fall. But man, it should be a fun card. So you guys enjoy it. We will be back to catch up. Hopefully we'll do another stream like you said at some point this week. But we'll definitely we might catch up for a little recap. I think we're definitely gonna do that actually after maybe the night after of the card or the night after we can do a little recap. So we'll see you guys with that. But in the meantime, enjoy the fights.
Get up and dance with me, bro. Come on.
I ain't doing to this, bro. Oh, don't make me.
Come on. Hey. Oh. Whoa. Oh my God, yo. Wait, how do I do the spotlight? Oh no, not me. Him.
I don't even know how to dance to that, bro. That's slow ass song.
Folks, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. And can we do we got one more, Kobe. Yes, sir. Can we do like an outro screen? I'm sorry, how do we? Thank you.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Peace.